YakalBA4GreatMillStone.
Giving double honors unto our apostles, our elders, and our teachers at Great Millstone that rule well. Continue to do so. Salutations, peace, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, the house of David. To you brothers out there fighting this good fight of faith, keep it up. To you sisters doing that which is becoming of women, shalom. And to those that are addicted unto this ministry, we say shalom. And we're here to give you the two most important things you could ever know. That we have received from our apostles and elders, and that they have received from their elders that came before them. Even the name of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, their true and proper names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew. Our language, the Lashon Kodash, which means holy tongue. Lashon meaning tongue or language, and Kodash meaning holy. Now these be the names that are written. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. Yah meaning He. Hawa meaning exists, or is to be. He is. He exists. He, the existing one. For He is a rewarder of them that diligently seeks. And in the name of His only begotten Son, who has a name that is above every name, given amongst men here on earth, to the Israelite men first, and also to the believers, consisting of women, children, helps of the prophets, and those that have faith, they be calling upon that name, even that mighty name. The name, Yahweh-Shai. Yah meaning He, Yahweh-Shai, meaning deliverer and savior. For that is exactly what He would come and do at the second time in physical form, yet as an angelic force, where we shall see Him as He is, and we shall be like Him. So we're out here to do what we do best, edify, prophesy, teach. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha, chapter 16. I'm going to begin at verse 17.
It says, actually jump at verse 1, then jump down.
Okay.
Hey, brother, try to speak a little louder for this one too. Okay. Enough. Okay.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16 in the Apocrypha, beginning at the top. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia.
Is another name for America, and it says Asia. They're interconnected. All the trade and all the traffic that comes into Babylon literally comes from Asia. What are the countries that are in Asia? Asia's China. You have Russia, Asia. You have Iran. You have all these places on the continent of what we know as Asia today. All those goods come from that place that come into Babylon, from the wood to the spices, to the material, to the textile, to even monetary help, because majority of the debt is in the hands of the Chinese, which are the Moabites in biblical texts, and also the Japanese. Ever since World War II, they've been in the back pocket of Babylon.
It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia.
So it's a woe unto both. Woe be unto you, Babylon, and woe be unto you, Asia, because you're interconnected. That this beast structure will not be actually powered without Asia. Just as it was in the ancient world. They always had a bread basket of certain nations that they would use to power that empire.
Right.
America's no different.
Yeah, because they make, what happened is they shipped all the jobs over there to that country for free labor. Or not free labor, but cheap labor.
Yeah.
So they're able to make those things there, make all these products, and then ship them over here and sell them to you Babylonians at double, quadruple the price of them.
Man, that's the spirit.
See, that's how they make their money, man.
Just like ancient Rome, a majority of the populace that was the working class was slaves. It wasn't even the Roman citizens. They kind of fell to the backdrop, and all the slaves had all the jobs. Because Rome was actually fueled by slavery, all right, by the gladiatorial games to keep the actual Roman citizens occupied. But at the very same time, wars was breaking out all over the empire, and then you had slaves that had the majority of the jobs. And now, right now, what's the problem now with the American people? All these migrants, they're still in the... But no, motherfucker, you getting fired from your job, and the migrants is leaving. So what is that telling you? Something's looming.
It says, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
Now, that's another name for America. And you have Egypt and Syria in those different lands where America's about to meet its end. They say empires go there to die. It's where Iran and all those lands where our land sits, the Levant region. They said all empires go there to die. That's where Rome meant its end. That's where the Greeks meant their end.
Yeah.
Trying to go into further east. That's what Alexander was crying, because he couldn't go further east. Because it was done. It was like, it's over, bro. Ain't nothing more to conquer. Ain't nothing but no man's land past this point.
Yeah.
But it goes to show you America's going to go back into the same place where all the other empires met their end.
Yep.
Going into even Babylon. Now, there was a ravenous bird from the east. Now, Cyrus and his army came from that region to take down Babylon. So it just goes to show you, you go that direction, you're going to get taken down. And you try to run from that direction, whatever's coming from that way is going to take you down. Now you got the kings gathering in the east. In modern time, which is the Russians, along with their cohorts, which are the Iranians. You have the Ethiopians, and then the whole conglomerate, the conglomerate of other nations that's going to be aiding in the takedown of Babylon.
I think it's in that chapter too we read where it talks about the Carmanians.
Oh yeah,
raising their wrath.
Yep.
So that's going into the Iranians, man.
Yep.
You know, there's different, Elamite countries, man.
Yep. And that dude, Yahoo Soda, he did the one thing that all other leaders could never do. He united the Arab world. He united the Islamic world against them, against the small, as the scriptures say, the smallest of the flock gonna draw them out. They drew them out, and now they joining forces with who? Russians, with the Chinese, with the Indians. They're all joining forces because they're all against the West.
It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair.
That goes to show you that great mourning is coming. Sorrow is about to fall on the earth. Ain't just because of war, it's because of the looming of war on the brink. It's the looming of pestilence. What comes with war? Pestilence and what? Famine. And then you go into famine, just means like no food at all on the earth. It means the lack thereof of getting to the food or the supply. And now with China sending these empty crates, a lot of your medical supplies will not come.
Yeah.
A lot of your textiles will not come. Because why you think they put the people in the white sheets and they give them the certain little linen? It helps you heal. But if you ain't getting that material no more, well, there is no healing for Babylon, both spiritually nor physically.
Yeah.
That goes into it.
Yep, these hospitals, bro. The hospitals, the pharmacies, they all fucked.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
All the majority of the material that's inside of these hospitals, man, all that stuff comes from China.
Yeah.
You know, all the machines, all the bedding, all of that different stuff. All the tools in there are made in China.
Yeah. And a lot of them doctors, that's like literally on point other than Jake. Well, Jake is up there, but they don't literally give Jake his shine. But guess who's the main fucking physicians and doctors? Is the Chinese that's into the acupuncture, and then you got the East Indians, Elam. They the main ones running that shit. They ain't even fucking Esau, they got him on TV, like he the main guy on the damn TV show, you know, ER. But no, the main ones in there is Elam and Moab, and then there's our people, but they don't give Jake his limelight. They real smart up in there, but they don't give him no shine.
Yep.
It says, bewail your children and be sorry.
So bewail your children, be sorry. Why? Because your children are going to be sent to war. That's mainly what it is. Your children, listen, children go back to what? Sons. Mourn your sons because they're going to be sent off to war. They're going to die in that Middle East region. They're going to die in the Levant region. They're going to die in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. And whoever is left within your lands, they're going to die of famine and pestilence. Go ahead, huh?
For your destruction is at hand.
So your destruction is at hand. Oh, Babylon, Asia, Egypt, Syria. That's where the main war is taking place. Syria, you got the land of Israel. Oh, the land of Israel is on fire. Goddamn sandstorms.
Yeah,
you know? Hey, the Avatar's over there, man. Hey, and like I told this brother, I was like, sand mixed with fire creates glass. Motherfuckers getting shards of glass probably throwing it out. Lord ain't playing, man.
Yeah. But it also proves that they not the people. All that chaos and all these calamities going over there right now.
Right.
And they just had their Passover, right?
Right.
And then not too long after, the Lord sent a plague on the very
You're
land.
supposed to be getting passed over.
Yeah.
Ain't no death angel supposed to be passing through there.
Yeah.
You know, no calamity. You know, the scriptures speak about spirits for vengeance.
Yeah.
That's a spirit for vengeance, man.
Yeah, no, bro. And I seen that sand cloud, bro. It's a spirit because didn't it say that the Lord, the clouds are the dust of his feet. So the Lord literally was over that land personally taking it out because his eyes is constantly on our land from the beginning of the year to the end. So it just goes to show you them people in the land are imposters and the Lord is angry.
Yeah, that's a holy land. Just like in the book of Kings, when I think it was the Hamites, they got put in that land. I think it was in Samaria.
Yep, and the Lord sent lions.
The Lord sent lions after them. Then they had to go get a priest so that they could learn how to keep the laws and then, you know, the history concerning that.
That's true.
So it's basically the same thing today. You got all this wickedness going on in the land. Who's probably going to send death and destruction over
and that's
there?
spiritual, bro, because the Lord sent physical of plagues on the actual land of Israel, while the Lord is searching the real Israel with candles.
Yep.
Because he's bringing all the past shit out that niggas is hiding in the dark, and then he's getting the people actually in the land that ain't supposed to be there, that ain't keeping the way either.
That's right.
So the Lord is killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
What's up, bro?
Go ahead, Doc.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and 8. I will hold my tongue no more and touching the wickedness.
The Lord ain't holding his tongue no more. The Lord is bringing everything out, whether it be Alizé or whether it be Yahoo Soda. He bringing everything out for everybody. So it just goes to show you, if you really ain't for the Lord, he gonna pull your card. Like, Lord, don't play games with you. He'll long suffer with you. He keep seeing your bullshit. Then he gonna bring it out to the open. Then he gonna embarrass you. Then he gonna kill you. That's how the Lord get down. The Lord is a man of war. He gonna bait you out, and then he gonna take you out. Now, like my man Achilles, he called Hector out, then he took him. See, the Lord gonna call you out, and he gonna take you out.
Continue on verse 8, 2 Ezra 15 and 8. Which they profanely commit.
They profanely commit these acts as if the Lord don't see. But that's how you know these dudes don't really fear YakalBA4GreatMillStone, because they only fear the eyes of men, but not the eyes of the Heavenly Father, where they're 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the works of men, even the most secret parts.
That's right.
So niggas pagan, well, Peggy Bundy, man, they got you now.
Angels got all the receipts.
Oh, they got all that.
Yeah.
This shit is crazy, bro. I can't even
Wow.
believe what I'm hearing. I can't believe my ears. Like, what's going on?
It's too abominable, man. It's sick.
And then the man is left alone. Like, what was the point of having all them wives when you was doing all these?
God.
Man. Damn, this is crazy.
But that's also a result.
Yeah,
It's also a result of the current rulers that's in place, man.
Yeah.
See, everything going on right now is ultimately the different plagues that were prophesied to happen, because this is the end of Esau Edom's world, man.
Yeah.
All
That's
these sorrows and calamities happening, it's because of the wickedness of the rulers, man.
Yeah.
So therefore, the scriptures say, and I believe that's Ecclesiastes, I saw an error that proceeded from the rulers.
Yeah.
The error is them not regarding the laws, the statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father.
And then these stupid ass groups is like, the Lord literally told us, be separate, be holy.
Yeah.
So like, we're in this world, right? But we ain't of this shit. We don't give a fuck about how's a nigga even pagan? How does that even come into your mind? What the fuck is that? Most brothers like, what the fuck is that?
Another thing,
Like,
Yeah.
find that shit out, like, yeah, brother.
Ew, brother. What's that? What's that, brother?
And then you got Nate and his crew getting ran out of Kenya and getting ran out of France.
God.
So that goes to show you, like, the world don't want no weak ass Jesus Christ. We here to preach YakalBA. See, we ain't
That's right.
getting run off no block nowhere, because the Lord is with us. Just like Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh, best believe Pharaoh could have done that, kill these people, but they couldn't touch him, because it is written, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. If you're a true prophet, ain't no harm gonna come to you. But you speaking some other God, then the Lord gonna get you ran out of there, because that God has no power. Like my man said on Gladiator 2. He said, hey, pray to whatever God you believe in. If that God does not help you, well then, he is no God. So we pray to YakalBA4GreatMillStone, he helps us.
right?
See, we were praying to the Lord to destroy this place, but then the Lord started destroying Israel because those imposters over there. It just goes to show you the Lord doing everything everywhere. We just got kind of like a one-track mind. Like, I just want this person destroyed this place. The Lord doing everything in every place.
The Lord's making it known who the hypocrites are.
Yeah.
You know? You got
And he stopped the tongues.
guys claim themselves to be high priests and put themselves in these high seats. You see what happened to T.D. Jakes? He had to step down. You know what I'm saying?
That's a corrupt
Oh,
nigga,
you
man.
got the high priest, so-called high priest of Israel touching his toes. You know what I'm saying? He had to step down.
That nigga's a high pedophile.
You know what I'm saying? Recently just came out the new flavor of the week. The former head of Ohio saying that he was in the truth and didn't believe the whole time. He's the head of a camp.
This shit's
Crazy.
crazy, man.
What is going on,
but
man?
the Lord is revealing many hearts, as the scriptures say.
Right.
He's here to bring the great rising and falling of many in Israel.
That's right.
So that many hearts, minds can be revealed that they ain't really about this thing, or they through. Then you got the damn purple guys calling us bums, but you niggas had to walk out of France with no shoes, so fuck y'all. Y'all the bums. They robbed you niggas blind, and they stripped you, and they told you get to stepping, walk. So it just goes to show you, the Lord is really showing who he's really with.
Niggas get tear gas shot at them. Fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Shit look like a World Star video, man.
That's beautiful, man. Go ahead. I'll
Continue on in verse 8, 2nd Ezra 15 and 8. It says, in which they wickedly exercise themselves, behold, the innocent righteous blood crieth unto me.
See, the righteous and innocent blood is crying to the Lord. R.I.P. Joy Morgan. All right, see, the innocent blood is crying out. And even Sakari, even if you ain't had dudes slain in your group, best believe you, they soul is tarnished now because they're following you into all your wicked ass ways. So a lot of them is on the road to destruction because they refuse to leave your side. Even though everything about you is coming out, they still don't want to leave. Their mind is pressed with an iron.
Seared with a hot iron.
Their conscience.
The same stuff like you got all these different receipts on Nate and what he used to teach or what he used to believe. There should be nobody in that congregation.
You are the cop.
Yeah, right. There should be nobody in that congregation that still follows IUIC, man. He was even on.
They don't know where to
he was
go.
on camera and admit that he was a police detective from 1997 to 2016. 1997 to 2016. He was still in One West when he was a cop.
Dang.
He started IUIC in 2003. They're the ops, man. Out of his own mouth.
And they don't really believe, man. The Lord's gonna get all you characters, man. Y'all really think that a fucking devil's paycheck is better than what the Lord gonna give us? See, the Lord gonna cast you dudes out because you tasted of the power of the world to come, but you went back to the beggarly elements of this world. So the Lord gonna cast you the fuck out. He gonna embarrass you first, though. Then he gonna cast you down.
And the souls of the just complain continually.
And the souls, we complaining continually, even when we ain't even awake.
Yeah.
We complaining in our sleep.
That's right.
When we wake up, fucking slavery, we're like, this again, like, damn, like, fucking Groundhog Day. A lot of you other groups don't fucking got no job, but you call us bums. We gotta get up every day and go to work. We don't wanna do that shit, but we have to. We got obligation. But the rest of you other groups, y'all literally are living off the congregations that y'all got.
Yeah.
But yeah, call us bums. Fuck out of here.
That was it.
That was it. You got something?
I had something real quick. This is Romans chapter 8, beginning at verse 22, because you mentioned how we groan even when we're not speaking, you know. It says, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together unto now.
How much more now? Everything is groaning. Prophecy is speaking. It's jumping off the page and slapping you in the face. So people now are groaning. And we've been groaning since whenever brothers came in. When shit was still nice. When shit was still sweet. When Kobe was still alive. When the NBA was the NBA. Shit, we was groaning then.
Right. That's why I tell you that Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. Set apart from the forehead
That side.
from the pit that side and cried.
That's
For
right.
all the abominations that be done. In the
And we was already knowing about the abominations. And then these other clowns calling us bums and fucking P-word. You motherfuckers doing way worse behind closed doors. Or even that and then some.
Yep.
So woe unto you, man. Do you know who you playing with? Do you not know it? Who you serving? Or who you think you were serving? See, the Lord gonna reveal everything. If you dishing something out on your neighbor and it ain't true, the Lord gonna bring out your receipts on what you've been doing, and He gonna bring it out to the forefront. You gotta remember, the law that we received is from heaven. So if you casting stones upon another man or a group of men, best believe them stones gonna fucking turn back on you. That's what you guys ain't understanding. We serve Yahweh. Whether you serve Him or you don't serve Him, you serve a purpose. The Lord gonna bring everything out on you guys.
I'm gonna jump down to verse 26, straight to the point. It says, likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities.
There it is, see? Most dudes are failing now because they never had the Spirit. See, the Spirit can help a man's infirmities, but a wounded spirit, who can bear? A lot of these dudes' spirits is wounded, but since we're in a proud-ass society, and you can just hide and be whatever you want, a flower, a damn gerbil, a dog, then you can go hide. But if this was a righteous society, you would be exiled. Well, really, you would be dead. So really, like the apostle told you to do, Alice, say, put your house in order and off yourself, brother. That'd be the best thing you can do. Because you can hide in this wicked-ass society, but this shit ain't gonna last.
Well, I tell you, and you can see that day by day. that this shit is not gonna last, bro. This shit is not going to last another fucking minute.
Bro, he literally gave one of his women to the Edomite. She fell in love with the Edomite. The
God
other
damn.
one left before the other wife came in that was doing the begging, saying, I left because of that. Like come on, man.
God
Like, I don't want
damn.
to bring this out, but you gotta bring it out because it's like, bro, you was acting like you was hard and shit, and you wasn't. No woman in her right mind, whether she's in a wicked society or not, wants to dominate a man, really. They ain't in their spirit. But a nigga that want to be dominated, there's something wrong with you, bro. And the Lord can heal all. But
right.
you really didn't know the Lord, so you was never healed. Go ahead,
For we know not what we should pray for as we ought.
See, we don't know what we should pray for, but your spirit know. This man's spirit was crying out that whole time. And he's just trying to overlay it with earthly pleasures, and it didn't amount to nothing. Right. Go ahead,
It says, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered.
And who makes the intercession for us?
Yahweh
Through our
Shai.
spirit, Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
If you don't know Yahweh Shai or acknowledge him, how is he making intercession for you to the Father? To make you better than where you were when you came in. Because we were all worthy of death, and still are. But we have that hope. That's the
right.
difference between us and you other clowns. You want your fucking cake and eat it too on this side. We were like, the hell with the cake and the table on this side. We want the kingdom. And we throwing the goddamn table over on this side so we can sit at the table with Yahweh Shai on the
That's
other
right.
side.
That's right.
Hebrews, man. Moses, he didn't want to sit at Pharaoh's seat, roughly paraphrased.
Oh yeah, he didn't
Gave
want
up
the riches of Egypt. Yeah,
Right. He chose rather to suffer with his people.
Yep. Seeing that the riches of Mashiach was far better.
Far better.
That's right. That's right.
It.
And the beautiful thing about that is this is coming from a man who had everything, man. He was in the palace with the riches and the women and all that.
Oh, and another thing, Akim, man, look at the bros. Brothers got a lot of talent. Brothers could have went somewhere in this world, and we did it like Moses did. Hey, fuck that. What the Lord God promised for me, can't no man in this world, I can't run to a damn Finkelstein or Yahoo Soda or Putin and tell them, hey, can you give me eternal life? Can I live forever with you?
Right.
Nah, they can't offer that to us. So why go to these people? Why go to Esau? Why go to anybody in this world that can't offer you what Yahweh Shai is offering? Come on, man.
That's right, bro.
He's offering you a kingdom. You ain't got no kingdom on this side.
Yeah.
But he's offering you a kingdom.
Here we have no continuing city. This
right.
place is temporary.
Yeah.
It's on its way out. So it's literally going to be something that you're going to gain for a temporary moment
time.
till this place is destroyed.
Man, that's it. If you can get that, I can, Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 4.
We got another
You got
one.
some,
That was it.
you got something else?
Nah.
I got something real quick.
Time. You gonna bring that article out that you got. You got more of this in my watch spot? Bring that out.
I could get it. 'Cause I know he was.
You got it.
You had that, right?
Yeah.
Psalms 108, right?
You gotta
Okay.
get that Moab before they bring that article out.
Kind.
You got it. Go ahead,
Isaiah. Let me get Isaiah 24 and 11.
I got Moab as your watch spot whenever you want it.
Isaiah 24, and I'm starting at verse 10.
Actually, hold that out. Don't bring that out yet. Don't jump the gun.
Want to
Go
get on
ahead,
Moab? This is Psalms 108, verse 9. It reads, Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe.
There it is. So Moab is a washpot to cast out Edom out of his shoe. And then what's it going to say next?
Over Philistia
Now,
will I...
where's Philistia at? Where's the land of the Philistines? Our land.
Palestine.
That's Palestine.
Yeah, kind.
So they're going to be cast out. They're going to be destroyed. And Moab is going to draw them out financially into a war. That Iran and Russia is drawing them out militarily. So too. Go ahead, huh?
Over Philistia will I triumph.
Go ahead, huh?
Over Philistia will I triumph.
See, the Lord is going to triumph in the Middle East, so-called. He's going to triumph over the land. Who's going to be the victor of World War III? Is it going to be Russia?
Yahweh
No, it's
Shai.
going to be Yahweh Shai.
Yeah,
He's going to have the victory
that's right.
over those nations. And how is the Lord going to destroy those nations? It's very fearful. If we go into it, 2nd Ezra 13, the Lord going to send just one laser and destroy all the armies of the world in one place. As if millions of voices cried out in terror and was suddenly silent. It's going to be a real Death Star day. It's going to be a real planetary killing
right.
instantly.
Imagine like that scene in what was that? Andor.
And
When they shot that beam, you see that fucking nuke go. What
oh,
was
oh
it?
no, that was Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just see that big ass flame. Like, God
Yeah,
damn.
that was it, bro. Yeah. And that was just like not even the full power. The full power can destroy the whole planet.
Right.
That was just like a little bit of
Just
power.
the way they filmed it, bro, and then they're showing it from the spaceships.
From the bird's eye view, and then
That's
from the
straight
actual level surface level.
That's straight from the street.
Damn.
Yeah, bro.
Want me to keep going in and out? It says, who will bring me into the strong city?
So who's going to bring the Lord into this strong city? America's known as that strong city. It's Bosra
Bosra.
in the scriptures. That's another name for it. Who's going to bring the Lord into that city? Esau. Who is this that comes from Edom? The dying garments from Bosra.
That's right.
See, the Lord's going to come back to a planet ruled by Edom.
that's
He's
what
going to take it.
That's
He's going
right.
to take it down. So who's going to lead the Lord into a strong city? You got to remember, it's going to be Esau bringing the Lord in, but it's going to be also the heralds. We're the heralds. Bring forth the Lord's coming.
And
That's
that
right.
right there, what you just quoted, that's what's so beautiful about basing our sound doctrine and prophecy. Because you got guys like Ron Dalton out here saying that Esau Edom is Japheth. But
Shut up.
Future prophecy
Yeah.
doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Future prophecy said the Lord's going to return to a kingdom that's ruled by
And these,
Esau.
these
Yeah.
guys
That's
gotta
right.
be careful
That's right.
because it's like, nigga, if you add it to it, you know what Revelation say.
Mm-hmm.
The plague's gonna be added to you. You take away, which Esau already did in the 1800s by taking the Apocrypha out, that he taken out of the book of life, man. He gonna be taken out as a nation on this planet after 1,000 years.
That's right.
Go ahead, huh?
It says, who will lead me into Edom? Will not thou, O YakalBA4GreatMillStone, who has cast us off?
See, the Lord is gonna lead us into victory over Edom. The Lord is going to be leading the charge. He's
That's
the
right.
captain and finisher of our faith. But who's going to lead us into the strong city? Who's going to make us overcome this world?
Yahushua.
Our power. Go ahead, huh?
And will not thou, O YakalBA4GreatMillStone, go forth with our hosts?
Hey, the Lord's going to go forth with our army. See, that's when the fun going to begin. Is when we come back down to the planet Earth after we're changed.
Get our assignments.
Yeah,
Get our
yeah.
assignments.
Yeah, gonna be
Hey,
turning
the
to
fun
hundreds.
going to begin on this side.
Yeah,
The brothers
yeah.
get the power like the other Mozart said. We don't know what to do with it.
That's
We
right.
ain't going to have to climb a wall like, I'm Spider-Man. Like, you just going to know.
You gonna know.
You going to know what to do.
Gonna be them hunters.
That's right.
See, that's what people is misconstruing. Like, oh man, y'all just out there, all y'all do is videos and preaching. Well, this is the fishing season.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
fishing season.
So if we believe in this and we so in tuned into this, how much more when the
When it's
hunting
hunting
season comes and the Lord turn you on? Niggas that ain't been doing what we doing, y'all ain't about to get no
They ain't
power.
gonna get no power.
Fucking clowns, y'all about to be hunted down and defeated.
The Lord says to occupy until I come.
That's right.
I tell
That's
you,
right.
Sirach, that the occupation is in prophecy. So our job right now is to prophesy, man.
He said, give him no rest
Give
till
him
he
no
establish
rest.
and make
Hey,
Jerusalem a
Hey,
praise
we
in the earth.
gonna get these guys like the 17 leaders, Lord Sidious. And what he said, my apprentice, Lord Vader, will arrive and he will take care of you. But they thought like, oh, he gonna take care of us. Like, no, he
Like,
gonna
no,
take
care of you.
That's
right.
He will take so we gonna take care of you other cats, man.
Yep.
You hear me, my brother? We gonna take care of y'all, man.
And you're gonna be beat with more stripes.
That's right, bro.
Who gonna be beating it? Beating it with the stripes. Lord gonna use his creature as his weapon against his
Yup.
enemies. There it is. And the enemies ain't just the heathen. It's the 2/3.
Yup.
And then it's the queen of the 2/3 and whoever the hell else is, want to be a high whatever over the 2/3. Well, you over the 2/3. You Jason, the high priest of the Maccabees, bringing the Greek fashion into Israel.
It says, give us help from trouble.
Oh, the Lord gonna give us help from trouble.
Mm.
Brothers gotta get it in their mind like niggas getting sent to El Salvador to the prisons or the pestilence coming and the famine, they ain't gonna affect you. You can't think about that. It's for them. It's for
That's right,
these
bro.
other people.
That's right.
Hey, reiterate that, bro, because you got a lot of people coming off the common board now with that what if spirit.
I don't like that
Ah,
spirit.
they-
What if they corner me and they
Shut up.
lacking faith,
that's a
man.
I think even YakalBA4GreatMillStone, man. Like these terrorists ain't really affecting brothers because over the years the Lord have tested us to not even need to eat that
That's
much.
right. Done,
And our
bro.
people ain't really, eating 3 meals a day and shit like that. We actually eating what we need. We're eating for sustenance, not for indulging ourselves.
Gluttony.
Gluttony.
Yeah, come.
or boredom.
Yeah, I got a precept on that real quick.
You got it up?
Con.
This is Psalms 34. This is just to put Jake in that spirit of being confident, man.
Con.
Psalms 34 and 4 to verse 7, and real quick. It says, I sought the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and he heard me
There it is.
and delivered me from all my fears.
So how do you seek him out? You have to know his name and the name of his son.
That's right.
And you have to believe in what you're saying, and what you're speaking. Like even on these little podcasts, they say motivation, that's nothing, man. That fades out. That it comes and goes. But discipline stays with you. If you discipline and praying to the Lord every day, and you know that's my go-to, well then that's where your power lies.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yep. It creates a defense. It creates a hedge about you.
It said the Lord is round about, as the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so is YakalBA4GreatMillStone round about his people. Then it says those that fear the Lord, the angels are round about them.
Yep, that's
so
right.
you're protected on all sides, man. And then your faith itself is a shield. You gotta have that. So you're protected on every angle. Even if you get hit, you're indestructible. Then remember,
I'm invincible.
yeah, remember
That's
that.
right.
Jerusalem is a people before it's a place.
Yeah.
And you got to remember that area, that's where the Garden of Eden. And when you go into that word garden in the Hebrew, it goes back to the definition of a hedge. You see? So spiritually, we have that hedge about us.
Yeah, the Lord.
No matter where we are.
That's right.
We're dealing first and foremost with the
Hey,
elect.
can the
That's
brother,
right, bro.
Can the brother get Joshua 1 and 8 and go through 9? Because then the Lord tell Joshua, wherever your foot lands, that's all you. And wherever you go, I'm going to be with you.
Yep.
So it just goes to show you that's a
right.
reassurance that the Lord is always with us. We in the land of our captivity, we're further west than we ever been.
Right.
We're at the farthest western reach of the earth, and the Lord is still with us.
That's right.
Let me finish this.
Go ahead.
It's verse 5. They looked unto him and were lightened,
Woo!
and their faces were not ashamed.
We're not ashamed. That goes into the prayer that the priest would put over us, the anointed prayer, the numbers. It said that the Lord's going to cause his face to shine unto us and be gracious unto us, and then our face is going to shine. Because the Lord is going to see us in himself. We're going to be a reflection of the Lord.
That's right.
It says, this poor man cried, and the Lord heard him.
You heard that, IUIC? This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him.
That's right, bro.
See?
And
Poor
saved-
in what way? Not in financial,
Right.
but just like we had no other help but in the Lord. Money ain't gonna help our people. Goddamn houses and land ain't gonna help our people.
Yeah, we ain't
we
got
had
no-
all of that, and it
got
didn't
no-
help.
Exactly.
We need YakalBA4GreatMillStone. That's it.
And
It
to
said-
the point, we even had Christ in slavery.
Right.
Yeah, that did nothing for our people.
Right.
Yeah, you got somebody's waking up in these last days and trying to re-indoctrinate you with that same name that kept us in subjection.
It's all bullshit, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
It says, and saved him out of all his troubles. Verse 7, the angel of the Lord campeth round about them that fear him
it.
and delivereth them.
And
right, bro.
delivereth them out of their troubles, out of their pain, out of their toil. Only the Lord can do that. Because we was all catching hell in this world, and we still catch hell, but we're like free. The Lord promises that he gave us a peace of mind, where the Lord said in John, I believe, he said, my peace I leave with you, not as the world, but my peace I give unto you. What type of peace is that? Peace of
Peace
mind.
of mind.
You know, because motherfuckers tripping, oh shit, the tariffs and my baby and the milk and all that bullshit. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
YakalBA4GreatMillStone got us. He had our people in the wilderness where their shoes didn't even get old. Nothing on them got old.
Right.
So you gotta believe, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, huh?
This is Ecclesiasticus 2:12, straight to the point. Woe be to the fearful hearts and faint hands.
Oh, see, dudes that are faint-handed are these other groups. Y'all ain't doing your labor that you put your hand to the plow to do. That's a faint hand right there. So you a weakling right there, Lord, like this dude ain't even working. But you want the pay though? Fuck out of here, man.
If you go to that word occupy, that's an action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The word to occupy, do something, you gotta actually be active, man.
Yeah, it's a job.
Yeah, it's
literally
That's
a
right.
job.
That's right.
That's what they call an occupation.
Yeah.
Occupation.
Occupation, when you go to apply for a job to get hired so you can make money to support your family.
And also, it said he that is diligent in his business. It's not the person. It's just
business.
His business
Yeah.
is our Father's business.
That's right.
It's YakalBA's business. It said he that is diligent in his business shall stand before kings, not before mean men. You go into the word mean, it means average people. We ain't about to be before average people. We gonna be before kings.
That's
Because we
right.
are kings. We gonna stand before the kings of this world to let them know that we gonna be the kings of the next world, and they gonna be beneath us. That's why the elites and all these world powers are looking at us. Trump talking about the perennial prophets of doom. My man Pew opened up the vault where the brothers is at.
Trump also mentioned the people coming from space.
Oh, the people
Oh,
coming from
yeah,
space.
yeah,
Who-
that's
Those are
right.
subliminal.
Who met?
They listen to us, man.
Who's been saying that? The UAPs and the UFOs. Well,
Jumping down to verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
weak-minded. So you see, the Jedi mind tricks only work on the weak side. Like, see, so you niggas have been bamboozled and seduced by whatever this devil has offered you. You have allowed this dark Lord to twist your mind until now, until now you become the very thing you swore to destroy. That's what a lot of these guys did behind closed doors, and they thought the Lord wasn't going to shine a light on them in the end. That's why the Lord told us to let your light show shine before men. So that's why they run away from the apostles and brothers, because we bring it out on you. Ain't like we looking for you or searching for you, but the light that's in us shines on you.
Yeah.
And we got to bring it out.
They get offended.
And they get offended, but it's like, but you're the offense. Woe unto you that you're offended, because the Lord Yahweh Shai is the light, and men love darkness rather than the light.
That's
They
right.
won't come to the light. At least that's
Jesus,
be reproved.
Ooh, there it is. That's what happened to Alizé. He didn't want to be reproved and healed. He could have got away from the P demon, right? The PORN. But he never. But he wanted to stay. He wanted to stay extinct. He was Pegasaurus. He wanted to stay extinct. So now he gonna die, man. Now he gonna die in that position, like all them people in Pompeii.
Yeah, face down.
Downward dog.
God damn.
Yeah, hey, you said downward dog. That's that yoga shit, that Greek
Downward
shit.
dog.
See, bring that Greek shit up in here. Go ahead,
Sirach 2 and 13 again from the top. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
Oh, there it is. That's the proof. If you're weak-minded, you don't believe. So all you groups can flaunt, and we the real Bruce got the purple on. You niggas got the guns. You other dudes having fucking what's that shit? They was spraying in their eyes and shit. Fucking
Oh,
pepper
the
spray,
pepper
and shit,
spray and all that.
fighting the air and shit. Didn't Paul say I ain't as one that beat the air?
Yeah.
Like I know what I'm fighting for. You niggas is just beating the air.
Yeah.
What's wrong with y'all do? But y'all
Yeah.
dudes are weak-minded. You don't believe.
Yeah.
The Lord ain't gonna help you.
Hey, the scriptures say without faith it's impossible to please
They
him.
trying to do all this extra shit to make themselves seem all organized and militant.
Ain't
Like
like-
when all Yahweh Shemashah required us to do is go out and teach his word.
Hey, like on the House of David movie, or show, so like on the House of David show, Samuel went to all David's brothers and he was just looking at them all like, why y'all so fearful?
Yeah.
But then when he looked at David, he had that fire in his heart, like, this is the one.
This the one.
See, brothers got fire in their heart. Like Jeremiah said, man, I ain't want to speak to these people no more, Lord. Like, you deceived me. But he said, but there's a fire burning in my bones. I can't even keep it in. I gotta go out and speak. That's faith. All you dudes hiding and shit and got these big ass congregations, you're fucking cowards. And the Lord don't like that. The Lord's a man of war. He needs warriors. We see that all throughout our history, that the dudes that was fearful and was all thinking about shit at home. The Lord's like, well, don't send them dudes home. I need the real warriors on the field. I can't have all these other guys fearful, because that's going to spread like a disease.
Yep.
So you dudes that are fearful, get the hell out of here, man. All you can is put your houses in order and prepare to die. Because that's what the Lord going to do to y'all, man. Y'all ain't doing nothing for nobody. You filling your own pockets while Israel is on the back burner. You leading them to their slaughter. You went up?
Finishing off Sirach 2 and 13, it reads, therefore shall he not be defended.
Therefore, the Lord ain't going to defend you. So you might as well do what Judas and go and take your own life. That's it.
I got Joshua 1 and 8.
Go ahead, huh?
Joshua 1, verse 6
And
and
it's
8.
a beautiful book and chapter right here, because this is when we first entered into the land to fight the wars against the enemies in our land. And the Lord is putting us back in that same situation. We're surrounded by our enemies on all sides. Like I met Paul Atreides. What did he say? He said, I've seen all possible futures. Our enemies surround us on all sides, but there is a place, a narrow path. See, we gotta follow that narrow path that few men ever find. Straight gate. Straight gate. How
right.
shy is going down that path? Go down. Don't go to Broadway. That leads to destruction. Go down.
This is Joshua 1 and 6. It says, be strong and of a good courage,
See, be strong and of a good courage. Go down.
for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance in the land in which I swore unto their fathers to give to them.
And that's the new generation that came in. That old generation died off in the wilderness because of disbelief. You gotta believe. All you groups and you camps, y'all that old generation. Y'all them Egyptian niggas. Y'all gonna die on this side. The new generation, we looking to the kingdom. Like Mike Allah always would say. He said, we never even stepped foot in our land in this lifetime. We haven't even breathed the air in our own land in this lifetime. But we talk about it as if we've been there. But we were there. And we gonna see it again.
That's right.
But you dudes talking about some weak ass Babylon against some stupid ass land over here. Fuck this land. This shit gonna be burnt up. We got our own land.
That's right.
Right?
Verse 7, Joshua 1 and 7. This only be thou strong and very courageous.
See, this is the Lord.
This
He's giving the prep talk to the soldiers. Like, man, y'all ready? I told y'all about y'all ready, but you know, Jake, like, yeah, I'm ready. No, are y'all ready, man? Do y'all hear me?
It's
Do
a,
y'all want to?
it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
It's only a song for the elect to hear.
Yeah.
He's gathering the saints of the next to Israel to rule the next world. Don't you want to be a ruler? Are we not rulers from the beginning?
First, you gotta rule your own soul.
That's right.
They like my man, Leonidas. He's talking to that weak ass Arcadian. He's like, go Arcadian. He's like, tell every man passing by. He said, search his own soul. He's like, why you at it? Search your own. Like, he told us, he's like, what? He's like, men, prepare for glory. He's like, Leonidas, are you mad? We have lost. We're all dead. And he's like, you don't understand it, Arcadian. This is what we want. To die is gain.
Gain.
That's what Paul said. You read that to a worldly idiot. Like, what the hell is he talking about? To die is gain. It is gain because you got to die to yourself. Even on this side with these different chakras and people be trying to open up, they enlighten themselves. They always say kill the old person to become the new person. Where the hell you think they got that from? The scriptures.
Scriptures.
So come on, man. In order for you to change your situation, kill the old person.
That's right, bro.
Become the new person. Go ahead.
Continue on verse 7, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee.
That's it.
Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left.
So you gotta say straight and stay on the path. What's under me? Nothing. See, because he's walking on faith. See, nothing is under you but you. Stay on the path. Like a golden child. Stay on the path. Alright? Go ahead.
It says,
But he said to keep all this law. Now Yahushua said all the law hang on two principles. What are those?
Love the Most High and love your brother as yourself.
That's
And
right.
these other groups ain't even doing that, but they the law keepers. Lord only gave you two to do. If you lying to the congregation about the MOTB, you don't love your neighbor.
Right.
You don't love the Lord if you don't acknowledge his name and the name of his son. So you broke those two, you're dead. You're done.
You're really murdering them. You're
Yeah.
murdering them when
Yeah.
you're not teaching them the MOTB right. Because there's a direct judgment that's tied to taking the MOTB, which is the RFID microchip. By the way, it's something physical, not nothing
Hey,
spiritual.
Ezekiel 33.
All right. So
Huh.
when you're not teaching them the right way, you're really murdering them because they gonna foolishly gonna go out and take it because you said, oh, it's not the chip, it's not the chip.
Damn.
So they gonna foolishly go take it and they gonna die in nuclear missiles.
Yep.
You see?
Yeah, that's
So
it.
you're murdering them right now, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's one of them
Damn. That's
future
it, bro.
prophecies, one of those sins that you can't get wrong, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of sins that are unto death. You can't repent from doing that.
Yeah, you can't, because like I said, there's a direct judgment tied to it. It tells you, Revelation the 14th chapter, those that took the mark and bow down to the image, you're going to taste of the fire and the brimstone and be tormented in that fire.
So that's one prophecy you want to bet your spirit that you're 100% on that. And if you are under a congregation as a leader, that every couple months, every couple years, they switching up the doctrine, that's a problem, man.
I know y'all seen that compilation.
Yeah.
Bro, the MOTB was everything under the sun,
everything
bro.
under the
They was
sun.
Except
all
for what
over
it
the
really
fucking
is,
place,
yeah.
man. That was a
God.
whole hour-long video, man, of just different shit, what the MOTB is.
God.
See?
Bring that out.
That's how you know these dudes ain't right.
talking
They,
about?
they ain't got it. Them not the real leaders of Yahweh. Those are not the those are not the pastors that the Lord gave according to his heart.
That's
right.
According to his
From
knowledge.
the top, and the point is in 2. You can probably go to 3, but 2 is the point. But this is what you was just talking about, bro. And they're not the real leaders of Israel. The real leaders of Israel is on the battlefront. It's like David was out there in the wars. He wasn't just sitting on his throne drinking wine, talking shit. He's out there battling the enemy. He is conquering the lands that was promised unto our forefather Abraham. From the rivers of Egypt to the great river Euphrates. All that land had to be conquered. Even down to the land of Edom with the King's Highway. And they almost slaughtered all the Edomites in the Valley of Salt right there. But they didn't kill them all because they were needed for this time.
Right.
Prophecy.
Future prophecy.
Yep.
Go ahead up.
This is Micah 3:1 from the top. And I said, hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment?
Right.
Verse 2.
Is it not for you to know the judgment, man? Like you talking about the MOTB. We're telling you, don't take it. It's a goddamn idol. It's nothing. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Make no cutting in the flesh. That's the law. Worship the Lord thy power. Believe in him. Believe his prophets, and thou shalt prosper, right?
That's right.
All these things that come to your head. And then the ones telling you not to trust in the name of the Lord or to trust in science or some bullshit, then they're not leading you the right way. These niggas got the bag, man. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck are you not telling me to trust in our God? That's our God, right? Why would I trust in the enemy? It's telling you something. Is it not for y'all to know judgment? And it's not even just the judgment on our people that's going to be slain because of your lies, but you going to be judged because you've been made head over there. And the Lord going to take you out. And your whole line, and ask Ahab, King Ahab, his whole house was wiped out. So the Lord, it goes to show you the Lord, like, hey, you sitting on that throne, okay. You think you're the king and shit. You leading my people around you and your whole line. So riddle me that, Nate. Your whole line might be fucked because of what you're doing. Alizé, you got children, your whole line gonna be cut. General Yohana, all you clowns falling after them that have children in these groups, your whole line is gonna be cut. It's happening in history. Go ahead, huh?
Micah 3 and
They
2.
don't fear the Lord, man. All things considered.
And they ain't understanding that. It ain't just you, jackass. It's your whole house.
That's what I'm saying. That should put fear in you, man. Stop fucking around.
They fucking around. And your woman is there with a damn hair wrap cooking, don't know what the fuck is going on. You leading them to a fucking grave. Yep. Your children running around and shit. You leading them to a goddamn grave. Because you being a stupid dumbass, man. You playing with the Heavenly Father and His Son. The Lord bruised you. I was trying that pleased Him. How much more you? You didn't do that. Right. So it just goes to show you how rough and tough our power is. He don't fucking play around. So you dudes playing around with His word, He's gonna kill you. Go ahead, huh?
Micah 3 and 2, and it reads, who hate the good and love the evil.
So they hate the good. They hate our apostles, our elders, our brothers. That's literally showing them true love by pulling them out of the fire, correcting them. Bro, like I always say, they lucky we in spiritual times. They lucky it ain't physical like in our. Oh, damn.
And the Range Rover.
Oh shit.
Oh, that was fucking.
Oh damn.
I just, you know.
Oh shit. Hey, that's beautiful. Cause you motherfuckers gonna die hard, you know? You came out right on time. You niggas gonna die hard, man. Alright? Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, you gonna die hard.
Reading on, who pluck off their skin off of them.
That's it. See, they knew that they was Israel. They knew the name of our power. They knew everything, and you're like plucking their skin off them. You're filleting them. You're just pulling it off. Because you a goddamn demon. You're a fucking slave driver. Like Jake used to say in the slave time, hey, you the worst kind. There's a motherfucking Jake that's enslaving his own people, whipping them for the master. You worse than just Jake in the field and shit, or a house nigga. You worse. You're the worst kind.
That's you got more than that, bro?
Yeah, a little bit slacky. 1 second. Water. Reading on, and the flesh from off their bones.
See that you pulling the flesh off the bones, the foundation of your congregation. Because the Lord put the skin and the sinews on them when they was in that valley, the dead bones, and then you pulling it off of them.
Right.
And you acting like the Lord don't see you doing that for some weak ass money that don't mean shit. Fucking clowns. I can't wait till these terrorists really start whooping people's asses because the money don't mean shit. It ain't gonna mean a goddamn thing real soon. It's about to be digital. At the end of this fiscal year, it may not even be cash anymore. And the end of the fiscal year is October, I believe. So you gotta look at it. It may be gone shit, July, August, before October. Shit is moving so fast, this shit might be out of here real soon. That's why these clowns is talking about the digital ID.
Yep.
Because they don't know it's faster than you even know. You got the inside scoop from the devil himself. We got the inside scoop from the prophecy. We know it's coming fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I try to do damage control. I gotta preach that real quick.
Go ahead,
Ezekiel 44 and 23. And they shall teach my people
Who's
the
that?
difference.
The true teacher is gonna teach our people the truth. We ain't here to lie to you. This nation is on its last leg. War is coming for this place, whether you believe it or not. Many men gonna be sent off and die in this war, and many are gonna die of pestilence and famine here in the States. And it's gonna be a civil war.
Yeah, because this is talking about the priests. You know, the priests are pretty much the leadership of Israel.
Yeah.
So it says, verse 23, and they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and profane.
Now the priests were actually living in the suburbs of all the lands and all the tribes, and they call us bums, but we're the real people. We're actually rich in faith. We're rich in what's to come. We have our riches stored in the heavens. We don't need shit here. We got enough. We got just enough in this life. Like Solomon said, give me neither poverty nor riches, just enough. Keep me in the middle.
Yeah, well, the scriptures say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your time. That's our stability at the end of the day. It's the spiritual treasures that we have.
How do you get those things? From the fear of the Lord.
From the fear of the Lord.
Wisdom is the spirit of Yahushua, and the knowledge you gain is from the fear of Yahweh. So those things are going to keep you stable in that time. Just like Yahushua said, hey, this man built his foundation on a rock. Who's the rock? Yahushua. That when the winds and the floods come, and the rains, you going to be still standing.
Yeah, feet upon that house and, stood.
Yep.
Feet upon it, yeah.
Yep. Between the holy and profane, going back to the judgment, right?
Yeah.
And cause them to discern between the unclean and the clean.
That chip is unclean.
Exactly.
The clean is trusting in the Lord Yahweh Yahushua.
That's right.
To feed you. I mean, who you think been feeding you this whole time? If it was up to the devil, we'd been wiped out as a people.
Right.
He ain't running shit. It's Yahweh Shemashah that's been running this whole thing.
Right.
Now, who you think put this thing together? Like, the Lord put it together.
Yeah, this is literally a divine intervention going on.
Yeah. Even even knowing the name and you saying fuck Jesus Christ, that's divine intervention, my brother. Hey, cause there's niggas still calling Jesus Christ through. A nigga that preached Jesus Christ, nigga just stepped down. So what does that even mean? But Yahweh, you've been free. You have peace of mind. You ain't even fearful of death anymore. You understand death. Death, if you watch The Mummy now, when he said death is only the beginning, he's right. Because that's the beginning of forever. The Lord has defeated death. Why the hell are you afraid of it? You know what it means. You know that it's just a transition from this physical realm to the spiritual. And there's true peace in the spiritual realm. You have no peace here but tribulation. The only peace you got is in your mind. Go ahead,
Yep. It says, and in controversy, they shall stand in judgment. So that's a controversial thing right there.
They're going to stand in the judgment for reading that wrong, for not having words in due season, or having the words in the due season, but you kept your mouth shut. Damn, there's a time to speak, and there's a time to refrain from speaking. If a brother can get that in Ecclesiastes, there's a time and place for everything under the sun. You clowns coming out with it's a digital system now. Well, give credit to where credit is due, clown.
Right.
Or the Lord gonna kill your ass, because it's like, come on, man. Stop acting like you did that on your own. You didn't. Why you think we give double honors to our apostles and others? Like me and this brother's all like, yeah, we just came with ourselves, it just came to us in a dream. No, we give double honors to our teachers. They give honors to their teachers that came before them. That's called honor.
That's right.
It's called integrity.
Integrity. There we go.
Go ahead, huh?
Yep. And they shall judge it according to my judgment.
And we know the judgment of the Lord. He said he's going to melt people here. He said he's going to beat people to powder. He said, he said that you're going to fire and brimstone. Damn. That's the judgment that we see ahead. Like, okay, I'm telling you, don't take that chip. What you mean? But it'll be convenient for me. I can get my food. Like, bro, you was getting food before that. What the fuck you talking about? You take that, now you're in danger of the hellfire. Nuclear fire.
And they shall keep my laws and my statutes.
And then we go into the law about it. What is convenient though? That you ain't supposed to make no cutting in the flesh. So like, come on, you ain't supposed to put no other power before the Lord.
Yeah, Paul spoke about the law of faith too.
That's right.
You're going into these times, you gotta have faith, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, that's
to
it.
believe in Yahweh Shai in an hour of temptation.
Bro.
The word temptation goes into an enticement to sin. That's a sin to take the MOTB. The MOTB is not sin.
It's a test.
It's a sin to take
It's
it.
a trial.
That's right.
It's a trial.
It's testing.
Yep.
Yep. You have passed you got to pass the test. But if you ain't been studying for the test, through. And this ain't a test where you can copy off the other dude in front of you. No. It's your own personal test.
A
Yeah.
little bit of that face right there.
Yeah, with that particular talking about the MOTB, that lets you know that it's going to be a conscious decision.
Yeah.
So for people out there saying, well, what if they force me down and inject it into me?
Yeah, now they ain't gonna do that.
Nah.
And another thing, brothers got to realize is your own personal test, and you got to be spiritually selfish. You have to be. It's better for people to call you, oh, that dude's selfish, he's an asshole, he's toxic, whatever, whether it be a man or a woman, and that's good. You ain't be like, oh no, that ain't me. That gotta be you. You
Yeah.
know why? Because your spirit is like, I ain't with all this shit.
Yeah.
I'm about me.
It's-
I'm about preserving me. Now, you may have a family and a woman, they may go get it.
Yeah.
You gotta be strong enough to be like, man, y'all gonna get it.
Went through that test
I'm
already.
over here.
Yeah,
Work
with
out
the
your own
jab.
salvation
With fear and trembling.
And who's
That's
to say
it.
that your family is gonna be all the way with you?
Yeah.
They may give in. Because you gotta remember it's a test for every individual soul.
Just like the jab was.
Yes.
You know, they were putting
Yeah.
us in that same boat. Like,
And-
oh, you guys are crazy. You don't care about
Hey,
your health. And you
yeah.
don't care about other people.
Hey,
All right.
they like on the Star Wars, Clone Wars show, you had Anakin was the balance between the dark and the light, right? And you had the father, the son, and the daughter. And the father pretty much told Anakin, everything that you have seen must be. He said, but you can't remember it. And then he said, beware of your heart. Where's your heart at? Most brothers' hearts is your mind, obviously, but where's your heart at? Is it in the kingdom, in the world to come, or is it with your woman and your children? Your actual household. Where's your heart? Beware of it. Because that may make you slip. Like, oh, but she went out and got it, my children got it. Is that going to make you get it? Are you going to give up then? You got to remember it's still a test. If they do get it,
What
and the
you
missiles
gonna
ain't
do?
been launched
Yeah.
yet, you can't go get it.
Kind.
You just got to be like, yeah, be mad, be angry, but sit up.
But sit
Be
up.
like, man, I'm out. I'll see y'all on the other side.
Yeah.
Because that's going to break a lot of men. That woman went out and got it, the baby got it, the daughter got it, she's showing it to you. Oh, man. Like, so you gonna be like, is that gonna break you? Some brothers is alone, so they like, I just gotta worry about me. Other brothers that got family, I'm telling y'all,
Yeah, kind of.
where's your heart at?
Right.
That shit might break you. Just like if you get heartbroken right now and the shit ain't even went down, you fucked up.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, come on. When it happens at that time, will you break? Like my man Bain said.
Got a real quick one for
Go
you.
ahead,
Kind.
Colossians 3:1, point is in verse 2. If ye then be risen with Hamashiach,
Yes.
seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth.
Kind.
That's perfect, man, because tell man, hey, brothers, hey, get strong in that realm of being spiritually selfish. You gotta get to the point like, fuck you and fuck all this shit that we got going on, this Family Guy shit, because if you take it, done.
You're done.
I'm out. I'm leaving.
Paul said,
Gone.
I count all things but done.
That's
to
right.
win the love of Yahweh.
Because you gotta remember it's an individual thing. Like, you know, your children, they small. The woman might go out behind your back and do this shit. 'Cause you know, women is weak. They're weaker vessel. But you can't break at that point. Go ahead, up.
This is Matthew 6, beginning at verse 19. Going into true riches. This is red letters. So these are words of Yahweh.
Where's the house?
It says, lay not up for yourselves treasure upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt,
People was saying love,
and where thieves
you love
break
father
through
and
and
mother.
steal.
Oh yeah, kind. Right.
Go ahead, that one, it says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt.
Because you got to know, society's going to crumble. It's going to be goddamn a homestead. Then it's going to be dudes breaking in. It tells you that for great tribulation, men going to be invading one another. Swords in their hands. And they going to their own action.
Kind. The water.
They're going to take action into their own
That
hands.
shit froze.
So it goes to show you don't put no riches here. Even in your family. The women, the children. Like, yeah, that's your world. But you got to remember, put your treasures in the heaven. If you truly focus on the Lord, He got your family. And if you ain't focused on the Lord, then He's gonna take that family. So you gotta remember, the Lord jealous.
He's jealous power.
Hell, man, He's jealous power. And He might take them away for a season. Remember that. Lord might take them away and then bring them back. Not that they fully forever gone. They gotta be on their own path to learn. Like, this man is precious to me. If you gonna be with him, you better know what he's doing for me. See, the Lord might take them away and be like, and they really appreciate you when they come back around. Like, well, yeah, I was fucked up, I was stupid. Boom. Because you gotta remember, I serve the Lord. I don't serve you in this family. I'm serving the Lord. The Lord wants me. You can't want me to. I can't be split 3 ways. The Lord wants me.
It says, and where thieves break through and steal.
And thieves gonna come through. Steal. You know, you gotta remember, these tangible things can be taken from you. Esau can take your children. Another nigga or he can take your woman. But the Lord won't allow this world to take you.
That's right.
Hey, hear that again. The Lord is not gonna allow this world to take you. He has you. So you can't allow yourself to be taken by anything in this world. You might lose that woman, you might lose those children, but you ain't gonna lose this truth. Brothers have learned that over years and time. Apostles was married and had children and women. Still held on to the truth. Brothers have been on child support, lost their children, ain't get a chance to see them. Woman moved on, still got the truth. So for brothers that actually had those things, who's to say that the Lord ain't gonna really test you in that time and take it right then, just to see where you at. All right, man, you was living good this whole fucking time. I'm gonna take it from you right here. What you gonna choose? Because brothers had to lose it beforehand, and they kind of like in that cold spirit, like, fuck it, whatever, man.
Hey, just like the Lord did with Abraham. He was going to have him take Isaac. See what he was going to do.
Yeah, at the very end. At the very end. All right, go ahead.
But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven.
You better lay up for yourself treasures in the heaven, man. Know that you're going to see your family on the other side. That if they ain't with you directly, the Lord going to have them on the ship waiting for you. You got to believe that. You might be separated from your family. When shit go down, you might be at work. Family is fucking 2, 3, 5 cities away. And you just got to believe, like, somehow I'm going to get to them. Somehow they're going to get to me. Somehow they're going to get up with the bros and the believers, and they're going to be cool somewhere else, just thinking about me. And I was watching that show, The Vikings Valhalla, and old girl was always asking questions about the sailors coming in. She's like, have you heard word of my brother and my husband? And they're like, yeah, we heard word that they were in Constantinople fighting for the king. And she's like, okay, because she kept asking about them, but they was doing their own thing. They was fighting wars in distant lands. Like, I heard about them. Yeah, they was here, and then I heard word that they was serving the emperor. All right, cool.
It says where neither moth nor rust does corrupt.
See, these things that you put in the heavens, including your own life, you ain't really gonna have no fucking life here, man. You're not. You're just not. And it's sorry to say, but you're just not gonna have a life here. You gonna spend more nights fucking crying than actually, balling out, just happy and shit. You gonna be just rolling, tossing, turning, crying to the Lord, like, oh Lord, when you coming back? Damn, I had to lose that. Okay, I'll lose this. You just constantly lose because the Lord is stripping that from you. Like, no, you got a greater destiny, a greater purpose. I need to take these things from you now. I'm gonna give them back to you. Job. Look at Job. You think you somebody? Look at Job, man. He lost everything.
Everything.
You can't tell me that you lost your children. Your children just in another city, so you still call for how you doing? You cool? Need some shoot? His children was dead, in the ground, dead. He's like, hold on, man. He's doing everything right. Come on, consider this. Consider this.
And where thieves do not break through nor steal.
There it is. See, where your heart is, can't nothing touch where your mind is at. They can't even touch you. Like, you gonna get to a point where Esau gonna chop your head off. And you gonna be like, bruh, you about to send me right where I need to go. I just need to be free from these chains, this fucking body.
This body,
right
that's
where I
right.
wanna go. Go ahead,
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
That's where your spirit, your mind, your heart, everything is gonna be there.
That's right.
In the kingdom. And that's why at the end of Brother seen Sinners, right?
I ain't seen it yet, but go ahead, throw out.
It's been out a month already.
Yeah. So remember at the end of Sinners, right? Where where he was kind of through, and he's in between worlds, and he see the little girl and his baby that is clothed in white,
No,
right?
seriously.
And then ugly ass Esau's like, I'll offer you money and shit, try to keep him in this weak ass world. He's blasting that motherfucker, man. And he took the baby and just went to his death. But that's the spirit. You got to just transition. Be cool with transitioning into that next realm. I got somebody waiting for you on the other side. You got to be in that spirit. You got a lot of our people and brothers that's been lost in this truth. They waiting on the other side for it.
That's right.
If you go, you already know I'm coming back with Yahushua. And if you don't go, you know that you got people waiting for you on the other side. You got billions of children, wives, a kingdom, crown, the Lord. Everything's waiting on the other side. You don't even know the accumulation of wealth that you have on the other side. Brothers really don't know. You think your little videos ain't really doing nothing, man. I got one view, man. But look at the riches you might have on the other side. You just don't know.
It's heavy. You bring it out often. We've been in here many reincarnations, and if we've been men in the Lord in the past, we've been stacking up treasures in heaven all those times too.
And your name is known in the heavens. I imagine that.
That's
why everybody know you, man.
Look, bro.
Hey, eternal champion. Let's go.
That's
All
right.
That's good. Go ahead,
God, this is what you called for earlier, right? This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 37, straight to the point, red letter, words of our Lord Yahweh Shai. It says, he that loveth father or mother more than me.
Oh, hey, consider this. Now it's easy to, hey, my father eats whatever, man. I love him. If he needs something, man, my mom, yeah, she tripping, whatever. It's easy to lead him. But then we're going to get into the harder things that you're going to have to leave, that you're going to have to forget about, that you're going to have to disregard. When
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
there you go, that's one.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
That's real tough for a lot of brothers. Do you love that child more than the Lord? Who gave you the child? Who made you his own child? The Lord. You cannot love the child more than this. Because through this, that's just one child, the first of billions of children. Remember that. Like, I'm not just fighting for this child or these children. I'm fighting for my whole line, lineage, legacy.
And that thought alone takes great faith, especially in this time now. Like if you got a woman and you got kids, they're not going to understand the sacrifice you have to make just to make sure, Lord willing, they have a chance to make all the different birthdays and events and stuff we gotta miss and give up. You know what I'm saying? Like part of having in our lives is not just coming out here in the open, but it's disregarding the things that we got going on with our families too. Not because we're casting them off, but because we hope they make it at the end through our works.
That's right.
Lord willing, you know?
That's the spirit, bro. All this shit on this side is all bullshit. We fighting for a greater time. It's gonna be billions of weddings and things of that nature, and parties and births and no deaths though.
That's right. That's right.
And births and
God.
celebrations and high holy days and reunions.
That's right,
There's
bro.
gonna be reunions, but you want me to go to a weak ass birthday party to bullshit when there's gonna be so many births in the kingdom.
That's right,
that
bro.
we're gonna celebrate it. Come on, man. So many weddings, so many reunions.
That's right.
Come on, man.
God.
Jake don't need much to throw a party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. But it's gonna be so many things to celebrate in the kingdom. Just give it time. But the women always want to do shit.
They want to do
like,
it. Yeah.
Like this shit gonna count for something. I'm seeing Goofy and shit, and then Mickey Mouse and shit. Like that don't mean nothing, man. I want to see y'all was trying like,
That's right, bro. That's right.
The minds is down here on earth.
Yeah.
This present life, and our minds are in heaven.
And what they ain't thinking is like, say if I was like an actual soldier in Esau's military and I was shipped out every once in a while. You acted, motherfuckers get through that.
Yeah.
And they ain't understanding like this is greater than even these dudes fighting wars for their country. Then in the ancient world, a man would sail away, be gone for months on end, and a woman would still wait for him. And his children, by the time he get back, they be older.
Yeah.
Oh, this, like, come on, they gotta get in that mind state. You sisters out there gotta get in that mind state. And if you with brothers get in that mind state, that it ain't about you. See, the brothers in the world, we were selfish. But when we came into the truth, we became selfless. So if you still selfish and think the brother belongs to you, well, you getting in the way of the Heavenly Father and Yahweh, and you gonna get taken out. You gonna get taken away. Hey, Ezekiel's wife.
Yeah.
Took her away. Come on, man. Lord ain't playing no games.
That was it on that, but I had something else right with it. This is Matthew 19.
Did it mention your own life also?
Yeah, I could go back and finish that. This is back in Matthew 10, picking it back up at verse 38. It says, and he that taketh not his cross.
Oh, see, hey. Baba Kashaw, brothers, please watch the Passion of the Christ with your woman, or at least watch that scene on Book of Clarence when he's carrying that cross.
Yeah, kind.
Like, make them watch that like a billion fucking times, man. Because why Yahushua said that to bury your cross, it meant you bearing that cross, you only go in one direction. You're gonna die. You're not coming back to your family, your little woman, your house. You're gonna die.
It's part of counting the cost too.
Come on,
you
man.
gotta consider that, man.
So because a woman want God-fearing man and somebody is in the Lord literally told us, bury your cross means you're gonna die. You're gonna die to this life, you're gonna die to this world, you're gonna die to your old affections.
That's right.
You're gonna die to that woman. You ain't gonna be the same man that she was with before. Your children ain't gonna see the same man that they seen before. That was always there for every goddamn soccer game and all that bullshit. No, I'm dead. I die every day. To that old man, I become something new. And if you can't come with me on that journey, then you're gonna be left behind.
Yeah, kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me.
Man.
He that findeth his life shall lose
Oh,
it.
do you see that? Listen to this clearly, ye women folk out there. Whether you be with brothers or destined to be with brothers. If a brother doesn't do this, he's like, come on, man, he's not going to be worthy of the Lord. Go ahead, read that last part again.
Kind. Verse 39, it says, he that findeth his life shall lose
See,
it.
we can't find no life here because there ain't no life without YakalBA4GreatMillStone.
That's
Whatever
right.
life we thought we was living wasn't no fucking life. We just animated and moving around.
Right. So people say, tell you that it says, the way that seemeth right unto a man,
In there,
the way is death.
Yeah.
Really
And then
was
a
the
lot
path
of people
to death.
listen to their weak ass heart, and it said the heart is deceitful. Above all things, desperately wicked.
That's
Who
right.
can know it?
Yep.
There's one day you this way, the next day you through. Nah, the Lord has us on a constant. Our mind is the same every time. Oh, another Saturday? Yes.
Yes.
Like, hey, I ain't changing that. What that? You know? What you talking about? Up in my mind. Who gives a shit? We like my man staff on sinners and shit. Where she's like, I buried my mom yesterday. Like, he's like, yeah, that's all she ever was. Some food, go on bed. That's it. Like, pretty much like you gotta just say shit plainly to people. Like, yeah, that's all that ever was. Like, I'm moving on now. I can't get trapped in this bullshit.
Kind.
And I ain't saying that I didn't thank you for all you did, but that ain't me no more.
Right.
You gotta just tell people fucking straight like that. And if they want to leave, let them go. They want to stick around, let them stick around. Go ahead,
She was like, you didn't even send no flowers. I sent many flowers. And she was alive. Smell it. Like, God damn.
But that was cold because they want you to send something to a dead motherfucker. Like, they dead. Like, how they even gonna enjoy it now? I gave it to him. Why they were alone? Why they were living?
That's right, bro.
Everything we've been taught here was a fucking lie.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
Lord is trying to tell you to go this way, to look this way is a better road,
Better way.
fucking better way.
Yeah.
You know?
This is the way.
Yeah.
Walk ye in it. That's
Hey,
right.
but that goes back to the Mandalorian. This is the way. This is the way. Go ahead.
It says, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
See, losing our life for the sake of the Lord, we're going to find life. Whoever sticks with us was meant to be a part of our life in this truth.
That's right.
Lord already said he's going to give you everything. Seek ye first what?
The kingdom of heaven.
And all things shall be added to
unto
you.
you.
Everything
That's
you
right.
losing or the Lord is taking away for a season is going to be given back to you. Think of Job.
That's what I was told.
Take it away, then
That's
we'll
why.
get back.
That's what I was gonna go to.
Come on, man.
That takes faith to believe that, though, because we brought up in this society that everything is just quick and fast. Like,
Yeah.
when you go,
Yeah.
you
Kind.
know, Esau conditioned everything like that, man.
And especially this fucking social media age, every nigga on a billion. I heard a dude that posted something. He said, motherfucker mad because he got 50 hearts or 50 likes and some shit. He's like, imagine 50 people came up to you and really liked you as a person. You'd be
Yeah.
like happy as hell. Like, I got 50 people that like me. Yeah, best believe that. Or 50 women that's just, I love you, I love you, I love you. Like 50 women, all right, let's go. You don't need a fucking million or 100. Oh, man, I only got one. Like, this social media shit got people with brains bugged the
doubt,
fuck out,
bro.
you know? And it might just be fucking AI just sending shit.
Yeah.
like the demon on Transylvania. No, I love you. Yeah, you know, hey, the demon.
That was it on that. I was gonna jump real quick to Matthew 19.
We're gonna bring that article.
Beginning at verse 27, it reads, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee.
People got to read this. People have to read this. This is Peter. This is the head of the church.
Head of the church.
We know who he is in the spirit, King David, house of David, all right? He said, we have given up all to follow you. You people out there believe in the Lord. Have you given up all to follow the Lord? No, you haven't. So you can't say you're a true follower. You got to give up all. Be willing to give it up at least. That's the start. You ain't just give it up at the first sign, but you had that thought like, I'm willing to lose all this to gain the Lord.
That's right.
And if you ain't, then the Lord ain't dealing with you. You fearful. You don't have the fear of the Lord, but you have fear. That's a snare unto you. Go ahead, huh?
It says, or he says, what shall we have therefore?
What shall we have therefore? That's the answer. That's the question we're asking the Lord through Peter. Lord, what we gonna get? You know, like literally on this side we have nothing. So what we gonna get? Yeah. Hey, so really giving up this life, we ain't had shit to begin with. So it's kind of easy giving it up. Right?
Good.
But I'm telling you, that woman is a tough one right there. Like my man Zerubbabel, right before the truth was what? That woman. That's a very powerful thing in this world that most dudes can't get over. It's that heartbreak, that heartache. Yep. You gotta get over that shit, man. You have to. And if the Lord really loves you, he'll free you from that. I mean, but you just gotta cry out to him, you know? Don't cry over the woman per se, but cry to the Lord about
That's
it.
right, bro.
Sincerely.
Yeah. You know, go ahead up.
And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory.
Regeneration, reincarnation.
That's
you
right.
Will sit in the kingdom with the Lord. Go ahead up.
Ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
And those 12 disciples, but then yet there's 12,000 out of each tribe that's going to also sit on those thrones.
That's right.
Go ahead up.
And every one that have forsaken houses,
Whoa.
or brethren,
Oh, there it is. So you forsaken everybody you ever known, like brothers in the world, actual blood brothers, or just your homies you used to hang with. They was brothers, brethren, right? You sit there. You literally went on your own. And you literally pretty much. This is the ancient world. You set sail. You know, most dudes like, yeah, I want to go visit that place. You literally got on the ship and set sail, and left everything you ever known to become somebody. So when you return, like man, Leonidas, you return with the whoop on his back, you come back different.
it says, or sisters, or father, or mother.
There it is. You didn't forsake these things for the war that broke out, or I'm just gonna leave for a minute and come back. No, you literally forsook them for a kingdom, for something greater.
Or wife.
Oh, that's the one. That's the hardest one for most. That wife. Forsake her too. Because you gotta remember, if this is a war, and we're warriors and soldiers, every soldier knew, well, I may die out there. I ain't gonna come back.
Not come back.
And the woman would know that, like, you might die out there. You gotta tell them the same thing. I may not come back, but I know what I'm doing. She has to believe you on that. And if she goes, you gotta be cool with that as well. Because you gotta remember, this world is dead to us. We are crucified to the world, and the world is crucified unto us, as Paul said.
That's right.
This world is dead to us. We're dead to the world. You gotta believe that. Right?
It says, or children.
Or
That's the next one after the
another
wife.
hard one. Is children. You gotta have a mind state of, I'll see you again. You know, you gotta be like my man Smoke when he went to the little grave and he's like, Daddy's here. Dad, he had to accept that. And with the old girl, she's like, ain't no reason to crying over something like spilled milk or something like that. I forgot how she said it, because he's like, you cool? And she's like looking at him at the grave like, ain't no reason to crying over something that, you know, that's already gone.
It says, or lands, for my name's sake.
Or lands. But niggas buying land.
But they buying lands,
The Lord gonna give us the land. And then all land.
And then even mansions.
Yeah.
You know?
Word up. It's good.
It says, for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life.
You see that? We're going to inherit everlasting life and an eternal kingdom.
That's
Jake,
right,
think
bro.
That's written just for no reason.
I
God.
think they just think it's
Or-
written for no reason. It's just some
I don't
beautiful
know.
words in red.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Hey, Jake, like you not believe that the Lord is capable of providing that for us? You know what I'm saying? It's real low level.
They think what
to
the
give
white
up on
man
this
got
side,
is
man.
Yeah. Con.
Yeah.
Sell out.
Yeah, I
They
think it was
think-
Yahushua said the kingdom is prepared for you.
Yeah.
You gotta watch.
Watch.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the kingdom is already prepared for us, man.
Just gotta watch.
You gotta watch.
Then in the kingdom it says at the right hand of the Father are pleasures forevermore.
And
That's
the
what I was
kingdom
trying to
is
bring out
in,
earlier.
is in you.
God.
See, all these people using this intuition and the guardian angels and all, they get it from the scriptures because the Lord literally told us the kingdom is in you. The more you believe it and watch it, it's going to start manifesting all around you.
Yep.
Because it's already inside you. We're like, all brothers are world engines from the Superman series. There was a certain machine from their planet to turn any other planet into Krypton. Terraforming that planet to make it more inhabitable for Kryptonians. We're all world engines. The more we believe it, it's more turning this world into our kingdom.
That's right.
Everything else is being dismantled and thrown down. Go ahead,
Last verse out. It says, but many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
And that's a beautiful thing. Why would you want to be first here when it says you're going to be
You're
last
gonna be
in the world
last.
to come? I'd rather be last here so we can be first.
That's right.
In the world to come. Hey, with the gold shaking, see? We coming that gold right there. See?
That's
Lord
right.
shaking this place up to reveal the gold. Go ahead up.
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Go to that article right after this.
This is 2 Corinthians 4:18, right to the point. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal.
Oh, but how do we see the things that are not seen? We have to be the prophets of old, because before they were prophets, they were known as what?
Seers.
You gotta see vision.
Vision.
Like, hey, like the old guy said, he said, I seen a vision. He said, buffalo everywhere. Our people happy, and the white man was no more. Hey, that's Gad. Gad seen the future. And everyone in his tribe. So it goes to show you that Gad was really speaking some truth. He wasn't just saying a line in a movie. That was a real vision.
Prophesy.
That's in the scriptures. Go ahead, huh?
But the things which are not seen are eternal.
Yeah, I got a quick definition of that word temporal, just to get the context of the scripture. Are eternal. It says temporal, relating to worldly as opposed to spiritual affairs. And then it says relating to time. So we're going to be immortal. Like time's going to be nothing for this like that thing.
We're going to be
right.
outside of time. Time. And like old girl on Interstellar. She's like, love is the only thing that transcends dimensions of time and space. She's like, how the hell we still love people that have died? It was spiritual. That was a spiritual scene. See, there's certain brothers and brethren and our family members that have died, and we still got love for them. We haven't been in our land for like thousands of years, and we still got love for the land, for the law, for our forefathers that have been gone. But it just goes to show you, love is something else. It ain't just worldly fucking love. It's the love that the Lord put in us. To love Him, for Him to love us, and for us to love what we're doing. Not this world, but what's to come, the eternal.
That's right.
Go ahead up.
God, that was it.
Got that article?
Yep. This is from
Is that Isaiah?
This is from the mensjournal.com, and the headline reads, over 2,500 stores in the U.S. are closing in a retail bloodbath.
Can a brother get Isaiah 19? Jump to like 8.
Yeah. We'll finish that second Ezra.
Oh yeah, second Ezra too. It's all gonna coincide now. It's about to come together. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, beloved retailers are closing their doors. More than 2,500 stores from beloved retail chains are closing for good in the United States.
So you get that real quick. Go to things that's so good, cheap upon earth, they should think themselves being
Yeah,
good
good
case.
case.
Now you were in a good case. Things were cheap. Things were affordable. The money did have some power to it, and now it has no power. And now those tariffs is gonna make it even less of a power.
That's right.
But things were so good, cheap upon earth, you thought you was in a good case. And now you're not. Now the Chinese are sending empty ass fucking cargo ships.
Yep.
And then the crates that's supposed to be filling up that whole area in Long Beach was emptied in the mud.
Yep.
All right, go ahead up.
Says the massive list of stores closing led one publication to label it a retail bloodbath.
Bloodbath. Oh, but what was also turned to blood? The Nile.
The Nile.
And that was the life's blood of Egypt. That was the economy. Once the Lord struck the Nile with the blood, it destroyed Egypt's economy right then and there. And it wasn't just the water in the Nile, but all the vessels of water throughout the land. So it goes to show you, once the stock market went straight red, right? When that dude came with the Liberation Day, everybody's pockets was hit all throughout Babylon in that one moment. That was a beautiful thing right there. I was like, damn. The Lord struck the Nile in the New Age. He struck Wall Street, which is the modern day Nile. All the shipping and the traffic comes up and down the Nile in ancient Egypt. All the shipping, trade, and goods come through Wall Street to make this place function. So it goes to show you, the largest port was the Long Beach port, right? And then on the East Coast, the longshoremen had that port. Was that in the Gulf? I don't know the exact.
Boston.
It's Boston.
Boston. Yeah.
And then there's another port in the Gulf, right? Which Demon Trump wanted to talk the Gulf of America. But it just goes to show you, all these places are getting hit because first the migrants were sent back to whatever country they came from. That's your workforce depleted. Then he started firing a lot of people. That diminished the economy. Then the Dow was going fucking down because the trade wars started really growing up, especially when he hit China and who else did he hit? He hit Canada, Mexico, and China.
Yeah.
But mainly China was the main one that really did a ripple effect to this place.
Well, there's word that they stopped the barges from coming in from China to be unloaded. The information we got.
Well, yeah.
We'll see if that's
So they real stupid as hell because they stopping the barges from coming in, right? But then China already sent some cargo ships where ain't shit in there. So how about that? That's a game of hands right there. Like, all right, you got these ships out here with shit actually in it. You don't want it to come in, but then we gonna send these ones into you, and they ain't got nothing in there, just to show you how much real goods come from us to you. So it's really like a power struggle right now. We're gonna see how long that lasts. Right.
Business Insider tallied the number of store closures, putting it at around 2,500, and the trend has only continued. It says, although some of the chains announced closures earlier this year, in many cases, locations are shutting their doors for good in May.
Woo, for good. Woo. For good. In May. We in May.
Mayday.
Mayday, man. Everything going down. Everything must go. Mayday.
That's it.
Alright? And niggas trying to get ready for Cinco de Mayo, but you probably ain't gonna have no goddamn tacos, man, this year, man. Because a lot of damn plates and shit that you be using for them different little storefronts, or they might be on the street, a lot of that come from China. So this is really gonna affect people. People gonna still want to go out and drink and eat, but you're gonna have to pay top dollar for something that's usually just something you get on the side, like a little snack. Like this brother working at Trader Joe's, and people is spending
$50 for
just
two bags
like
of groceries, bro.
goddamn
Dang.
things.
Chips.
And it ain't even really a grocery store. It's a store, but it ain't like a grocery store.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, you walking out with a few bags of some stuff, and it's $150.
$150.
Damn, you sure?
all that shit in 2 days.
Yeah. All the niggas got was some
right.
peanuts, some juice,
Dang.
pineapple juice, one of them little shawarma little boxes and shit. That's it. That shit is $150. And you like you said, you gonna eat that in a few hours during the day. Go ahead up.
Says the retailers include Forever 21, Kohl's, Family Dollar, Walgreens, Joann's.
Damn.
Walgreens is planning to close 450 stores, part of a string of 1,200 closures that it announced in 2024.
And those are the places people can run to quick and get a little something and get out. So if these places are gone, it's gonna make for what? What Barack brought out. He brought out sacrifice zones. Jay can't really get to these big deal grocery stores. They gotta go to Edomite neighborhoods, or they gotta go outside of their own neighborhoods to get to these stores that really got good shit. But all these little, Joann's, if you name them again, these are the places that Jay goes to because they can't go too far. They don't like to leave their neighborhood. So if these places are gone, that's gonna make you go out further. And by the time you get to these places, you may not even come back with nothing. And now you spend all the goddamn gas money up, and your ass is
Well,
hungry.
there's another problem
Driving
too.
home.
Like what came out last week was about the 20,000 UPS workers.
And
And that's a major distribution center, man.
logistics.
So all these online orders and shopping online, that shit's gonna stop too.
And whoever do get their order, they'll be like, here you go, and here's $300 extra that you owe us. Like what?
Yep.
Oh, for the shipping and handling, and it's coming from China or wherever. So the tariffs, you gotta pay the tariffs back to us on top of what you paid for the shipping and handling. So people ain't gonna really want to buy anything, or that's a famine right there.
Right.
There's resources out there, but it's the lack of the people getting
to
the resources, or the resources coming in. Like you brothers mentioned, they got those ships out there docked, but they ain't letting them come in. Let's believe a lot of people order shit, and you ain't about to get your shit. You just gonna have to lose out. Hey, the scriptures say that. It said those that pretty much spent the money gonna have to count it as a loss. that's the second entrance, man.
Yeah.
It says Family Dollar is closing 1,000 underperforming store locations as leases expire.
And
It says-
lease, for lease. The lease is expiring. God damn.
As a part of the restructuring, that split brand from Dollar Tree.
Damn. So Dollar Tree,
Family Dollar.
Family Dollar. Hey, Family Dollar is mainly Northern Kingdom goes there. They in Northern Kingdom there, then Dollar Tree is in Southern Kingdom.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, they do. No more birthday parties for little Caesar and fucking Hector and shit, and no more fucking no more glitter paint for the Barbie dolls for little Keisha and shit on the Dollar Tree. Yeah,
J.C. Penney's also
damn,
announced
bro.
it is closing several stores.
Hey, niggas ain't gonna go to church dressed to impress no more. They get their shoes from JC, man. JC Penn, right? Cheap suit. Man, that's serious, because that's more. The cheap suit. He's like, remember he said, put the chicken down. She's like blowing on this shit with the chicken. He's like, hey kid, put the blade down. I'll take the chicken. Go ahead.
It says, according to Capital One shopping data, shopping malls across the United States are closing at a fast rate as shoppers turn to online commerce. Online fast fashion retailers like Shein and Temu have cut into some traditional stores' profits. Both of those are China-based companies. That's Shein and Temu. China. So yeah,
Damn.
that was pretty much all.
That goes to show you, bro, like in Civil War. Remember it said that they want some sandwiches and some gas? That'd be $300.
Yeah.
Oh no, we got Canadian. Oh, all right. Ham or cheese and shit. Damn, so niggas gonna have to decide, gas or food. And your American dollar ain't gonna really stretch as far as it used to. Ain't stretching right now, and niggas don't know what to buy. They buying on the tariffs helped out with bros because the real shit from the farms is getting there. You get that real authentic stuff, not the bullshit processed shit. You know, because a lot of countries outside of Babylon, they don't really process a lot of their food. They just give you that real shit. There you go, you got it. But if you ain't having that come in, niggas is gonna buy bullshit that kills them faster. And if their stores being liquidated and taken away, they gonna have to travel further out. And they may not come away with nothing. Because best believe whose neighborhood they gonna be in. Esau, Edom. He ain't gonna let y'all niggas get nothing. Because the Lord is gonna bar you out. He gonna kick you away. A lot of you Jakes ain't living right, and the Lord is gonna have you suffer. Go ahead, up. That was it on the article?
Yeah, that was it.
Bring it out, huh?
This is Isaiah 24 and verse 10 and 11.
You got Isaiah, right?
19? Yeah, got you.
This is Isaiah 24, 10 and 11. And it reads, it says, the city of confusion is broken down.
Hey, Babylon the Great is broken down. This place is being broken down economically, morally. Just all hope is lost. But the hope is gone, the thrill is gone. Everything is falling apart.
That's right.
Faster than most people know. It said that people are sleepwalking into a digital system. We brought that out. And then it said that most Americans don't know how fucked they really are. From these terrorists, it's about to whoop their ass. The cheap suit. Chiefs put a nigga in a cheap suit, put him in the grave. Cheap suit. The cheap suit. Hey, they gonna put your ass in the grave. Niggas gonna be falling out the window like Ricky Tan. He don't be in rush hour.
Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
So all these storefronts is shut up, they closed. indefinitely for lease. And then actual houses gonna be shut up because people ain't gonna want to leave. It's gonna be too scary to leave. It's gonna be like on that movie Homestead. It said people worship the god of convenience and worship at the altar of technology or something like that.
Yeah.
People worship technology and worship at the altar of convenience. That's it. So when these phones go and China may really just take TikTok and all these other venues and then Canada might kill the power to this fucking place. Then what? All you assholes getting hearts on fucking IG and looking at bullshit all day. Reality gonna hit you.
Verse 11.
It's crazy how dependent America is on other countries just to be stable.
Oh, they don't. They don't know how much they really need these other places.
Yeah, it's all set up though. It's all set up on purpose to be like that.
So you would think they'd be moving a lot smarter if they had all these vested interests in other countries. They seem to be trying to police and boom the whole world.
Yeah.
That's why they're gonna get fucked up.
You know what it is? They trying to play their hand, you know, but they ain't got no hand to play.
Yep.
And that just goes to show you that this place is that proud bird, and he was more stout than his fellows. The American Edomites is more proud in him than the other Edomites in the world. Other Edomites are like, hold on, if we had everything coming in to us, we'd be moving a different way. Y'all acting like y'all just got it in, y'all don't.
Verse 11, Isaiah 24:11. There's a crying for wine in the streets.
People gonna start crying for answers. And then what does wine do to you? It makes you merry. So all the things that once made people merry and happy is making them depressed right now. And the things that you might want to get to make you happy ain't gonna be enough to go around. They gonna brother get that in Ezekiel that they gonna measure the water and the bread by measure. Wait up.
It says there, verse 11 again, there is crying for wine in the streets.
Is a crying for wine in the streets. People crying for their jobs. People crying because they can't afford their homes, their house. It's hard to live in this modern America, 2025. It just goes to show you people been living above your means, and now the Lord is bringing Capernaum to hell. It was once in the heavens, now it's being brought down to hell.
That's right.
That's America.
All joy is darkened.
They pretty much saying America is now like that place in India. What's that place called? It's not that place. Not where the women go to get shit on. Not that place. It sounds like that. Mumbai. Yes, not Dubai. Mumbai. Mumbai is a shitty ass place. Slumdog. But now Babylon, cities in Babylon is on that level. They're saying. So it just goes to show you how through this place really is.
The mirth of the land is gone.
Oh, you see that? Niggas still try to go out drinking and shit, but it said they that drink the strong drink is gonna be bitter to them that drink it. So niggas might be going out there on IG and shit like nah, nigga, you drinking that cause you hurt. You ain't drinking that cause you celebrate. You drinking that shit cause you hurt. You more hurt than who got knocked out? Was that Ryan Garcia?
Ryan
and shit?
Garcia,
These niggas on the mat like Ryan Garcia and shit. They ain't even get hit.
Verse 12, in the cities is left desolation, and the gates is smitten with destruction.
Man, so many cities are ghost towns, and they're smitten with destruction. You know? When that dude Biden was in there, a lot of these places hit with natural disasters are still through.
Yeah.
They never came back. So look at downtown LA, through. Been through. Ain't rose from the depths.
That was it.
That was it.
Good for you. This is Ezekiel chapter 4, and starting at verse 10. And thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight.
Oh, by weight. Woo! So you go to the store, you gonna be like, niggas looking around like, nigga grab it.
Put it back.
Yeah.
Because I work at a grocery store, you can see people they just going through the chicken and just going through things like what costs less, how much money I got in my how much I got on my Apple Pay. Y'all take out like you gotta fucking do like a juggling act.
it's funny because they gonna use.
decision,
Do you
bro.
take
Yeah,
Apple Pay?
good,
Yes, but can you pay for that Apple? No,
I ain't got it. Let me just get one slice. It's peanut butter.
That goddamn meat that you people indulge in all the goddamn time. That's just gonna be hella expensive per pound.
That's
$50 a pound.
because at my store, we walked in here to go shopping, and we had this new steak, bone-in ribeye steak. My wife was like, "That's a good price." I said, "Woman, that's per pound." She's like, "Holy shit!" It's $20 a pound, which is like $80 for a slab of meat. I'm like,
God damn.
you know?
Damn, hey, this is the siege of Samaria again.
Yeah.
Remember said that ass's head was sold for like 80 pieces.
Yeah.
Hyperinflation.
And dogs dog and shit, you know?
Matter of fact, it's in Revelation as well. I'll get that too.
Yeah.
Ezekiel 4:10, and thy meat shalt thou eat, thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat it.
20 shekels from time to time. God damn. Sounds like universal basic.
You know what? It said from time to time. Now, a nigga might buy some groceries for maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, and then he has to wait for that next pay period to get it again. So it said from time to time. Most people is literally paycheck to paycheck, and the way they've been living, they got to downgrade. Whatever they getting ain't gonna amount to shit. Especially if they got children and they eating like a goddamn madman. They just don't know how to live. That's really gonna fuck a lot of people up. People ain't gonna go out anymore as much, and people are just gonna be through. People gonna hate going to work. They're gonna have to decide gas or lunch at work. They're gonna have to decide by weight, by measure.
Right.
Go ahead, Doc.
Yep. It says, "Thou shalt drink also water by measure."
Well, people gonna go. We need that water by measure though.
Take little sips.
What you really gonna get? Can you even pay for the
God
water to
damn.
wash your ass or the water that you drink? What's it gonna be? That'd be $8. That'd be $8. Yeah.
Damn.
What you put in your hair? This juice is in bed. Oh, nigga, that ain't nothing but. Niggas ain't gonna even be able to get their hair cut and shit. Niggas ain't gonna be looking nice like they looking now. You women ain't gonna be able to get your little nails did. You gonna have to decide. Go ahead,
It says, "Thou shalt drink also water by measure."
And most people ain't really gonna even, they gonna still keep spending money as if, like, man, this is stupid because a nigga gonna go spend all this shit on his woman, go out, drink, watch the fight, and then that next week, his boss gonna be like, "Hey, can you come in here?" "Yeah, you Jose, yeah. We're gonna have to let you go." "Well, man, I've been working for it, man. I'm the best trucker driver you got." "We have a robot that's gonna take your job. This is your last check. Good luck." They gonna start firing niggas like that, man. Niggas think that they got it made. Especially people that, you know, that love this American dream and ain't listening to the prophets. Especially among our people. Whether you be from the islands, whether you be from Mexico, El Salvador, wherever. You about to be lost, have a job loss real soon. Even us brothers that's still here, shit is changing at our job. It just goes, shit's slowing down. So it's like, if you got it, the Lord gonna hold you. But if you don't got it and you've been a demon, the Lord gonna take it from you, man. Then how you gonna get the food by measure when you ain't got no funds coming in? And when the dollar don't stretch as far as it used to? That's really gonna hit you people.
It says, "The sixth part of an hin,
Man.
from time to time shalt thou drink."
So you're gonna have to get your food by measure. You're gonna have to literally look at what you're getting and make sure it can stretch. And you women that eat the Hot Pockets and shit all day and y'all don't cook from scratch, y'all really through. Cause your ugly ass children gonna go through that bullshit in like 2 days and you gonna be through for another 2-3 weeks. Especially if you ain't got no man in there. And then you men out there that just eat up house and home and shit 3 meals a day, you gonna be through. Because you're gonna have to fucking labor and slave for that next check to get more food in the house. So if you ain't at a point where you're disciplined and you only eating what you need, you gonna be done. In a matter of a month, it's gonna deplete you. Work is gonna overwork you, and the food ain't gonna be enough.
This is Revelation 6:5. and we had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse.
Woo! Black horse going into what? Slavery.
Slavery.
All right, and it's going into dark times ahead. And also it's going into the balance of the scales.
Balance, yeah.
It's going into like, you're going to have to balance something out. You're going to have to decide. Go ahead, out.
Yep. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny."
You're going to have to measure it out. But what you getting paid ain't going to be enough. Because you got to think about the bills, but then damn, I got to think about food and water. So what you gonna do?
Yeah.
But we got to eat. But I need that rent for you to live in.
Dang.
These gonna have to decide the car or the house. Where you gonna live, man? Hey, you more at the damn job than you at the house. So you through. Decide.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Go ahead, out.
A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and wine.
Talking about the truth. The oil and the wine is the truth. It ain't hurting us within the truth, nor the truth itself, but it's hurting you people that have to literally live through this. Because a man's wages in a day is going to go to just a man's just mere appetite, just an appetite for a day. That's going to be your whole check. Damn, they're gone.
Yeah.
What a man can eat, the way he gets for his family, a man can eat that on his own throughout a week. But if you there and your family's there and your woman's there, that shit gonna be gone.
Right.
Especially if you haven't been disciplining yourself to eating only what you need. You get the big piece of chicken, that's it, man. You don't even get that. And like a lot of these men living with women that don't cook, or they get that processed shit for their children, they don't cook shit. So y'all about to be down and out. And all these stores the brother talked about that's leaving, are done. Go ahead, up.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
That's it.
So it's going into famine as well.
Hey, family as well. That's it. It's them being lack of resources. If the brother can get that in Luke, get it in the blue letter, family. Right out.
You want that Isaiah 19?
Well, you keep reading,
Okay.
and then you go to you
Isaiah
bring.
24? Okay. Go back
You
to
bring that
Isaiah 24 and
Come.
verse 13. And it says, "When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of the olive tree, and as of the gleaned grapes when the vintage is done."
So when you glean grapes and the vintage is done, majority of it is gone, and there's only a few things left. I said that's gonna be in the midst of the land. I said the olive tree is gonna be shaking, because when you shake an olive tree, the olives fall off. They fly off. And whoever's there picking it, they grabbing the ones that are falling off. And you go to glean among the grapes, everything gone. And you know I said don't glean everything and leave it for the poor. There ain't gonna be nothing left for you for the poor.
Yep.
Y'all gonna be through. Empty shells, that's literally what it's saying. Empty shells in a biblical term. Sense, biblical sense. Empty shells. Go ahead.
Verse 14. "They shall lift up their voices, they shall sing for the majesty of the Lord YakalBA4GreatMillStone."
Read that part again.
Verse 14. "They shall lift up their voices, they shall sing for the majesty of YakalBA4GreatMillStone."
We're singing. We're actually singing this song that's actually dictating everything that's going on in the world, from the famine to the wars to the evil times to the dark times, to measuring out your food, your water, to you being without. We're actually singing praises to the Lord. We're giving glory unto His majesty that He's doing this.
Yes, that's right.
And we have nothing to fear. We're in this society. But what about you? You live here.
Right.
Hey, but we trust in the Lord, so we
That's
good.
right. That's right.
They shall cry.
I was gonna say real quick, in times of famine and hard times, just like the Lord fed the prophet Elijah. That was a hard time. But the Lord came through for His servant, the prophet.
That's
He
right.
put the spirit, he worked a miraculous thing though. He put the spirit on a raven, a bird,
We seen the raven last week. Man, right there.
to feed Elijah during that great time of famine.
That was the man of the Lord.
See?
That was,
right.
that was the Lord's man right there.
Verse 24, you continue on
Oh,
verse
he
24.
was sustained by that widow woman too. So brothers might be moving around, come up on a lady that's gonna help you out.
Yep.
That
You
might
got a lot of preppers out here. And you got people on social media. You got people on social media showing off the shit that they got, which is not wise. It's really stupid. But it's just letting you know that there are people who got shit. So we might be on the move because we're gonna be pilgrims on the earth. You see, so the Most High going to guide us ultimately to certain places where people have been storing up stuff.
Like the road. Like the road when dude and his son came across that bunker, like
It's all type of
stuff. God. Hey, like Denzel, remember he found them boots on Book of Eli?
Book of Eli,
He's walking in the you want to have somebody else shit on. They said that they may prepare,
but the just shall put it on.
Like,
that's right.
Looking in the mirror like, hey, and then you might walk into the store like the brother had that dream of the apostle.
The apostle, yeah,
he's looking like a kid.
Like
But only the brother could tell that was an apostle. Everybody else seen him as just an Ammonite dude. And so the Lord just have you walking through society, but you look the way you look to brothers. But to everybody else, you look like you're probably a business man Edomite or some shit. Like you just look like you decked out, you Edom. But you really, that's the brother right there. How's he walking in that place and walking out? Lord got the spirit over.
Because here in verse 14, Isaiah 24 and 14, the second half of 14, they shall cry aloud for the sea. Verse 15, wherefore glory ye in the Lord Yahweh Shemashai.
Therefore glory ye in the Lord Yahweh Shemashai. They're going to cry out for the sea. Talking about the people, nations and tongues. They're going to be crying out. We're going to glorify the Lord. Because when they're starving, we're going to be eating. When they're thirsty, we're going to be drinking. When they're vexed in their soul, we're going to be rejoicing for joy of heart.
That's right. That's right.
It says, wherefore glory ye in Yahweh Shemashai in the fires.
In the fire. See, we being tested. We're like the three holy sons in the furnace.
Yep.
We going to know like, well, we didn't bow down to the decrees of the king or the land.
Right.
And they were thrown into the furnace because they didn't bow down. We're going to be thrown into the midst of this hell, and it's going to be a fire to try us, as if some strange thing happened unto you. It's a trial to try you. What are you? Gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, or stubble. It's going to test us all, and the Lord going to see what we're made of.
Well, who was in the midst of that fire with them?
Yahushua.
So that's the Lord, like it tells you in the book of Daniel, Michael the archangel will stand up for the children of thy people. I read that earlier in the Psalm 34 about the angels.
That's right.
You see, so the Spirit of the Lord is going to be in the midst of where brothers are.
And that spiritual that you mentioned, Yahushua is the shepherd of the sheep. And also, what does it say? I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd. See, David knew, I'm walking through the valley of the shadow of death, but we ain't going to fear no evil. And it's going to be evil out here.
That's right.
We ain't going to fear that. Because the Lord's going to make us to lie down. In green pastures.
Green pastures.
We going to be able to say he give it his beloved sleep. We gonna be able to sleep in times when niggas is wide awake, waiting for somebody to ransack their shit. We gonna be able to actually sleep, eat, and drink, and rejoice in the time when people ain't got nothing and they killing each other.
Yeah, you got more.
15 says, even the name of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, the power of Israel, in the isles of the sea. Verse 16.
See, the world is gonna know that the Lord is bringing down America. When they see this shit go to nothing, and the borders are closed, and the civil war, and people getting slain in the streets, and the other nations is just kind of like besieging it, waiting, and you got the sleeper cells rise up, and men with spiritual power is here, the signs, they gonna know, damn, that's the power of the God of Israel. Those same men that was over there preaching of this God, well, look what he's doing. Look what he's doing over there, look what he's doing everywhere. They had to be the men of the Lord. They gonna know it from sea to sea. They gonna know it from the isles.
Verse 16, from the uttermost parts of the earth have we heard of songs.
And they heard this word from the ends of the earth.
Even glory to the righteous.
Even glory to the righteous, man.
But I say, my leanness.
That's when the Lord gonna turn his men up. He gonna give us those, change our bodies over this time. Brothers gonna get power. Brothers gonna be changing over time. While people is waxing old, we gonna be renewed like the eagle. It tells you that. It says the young men gonna faint and utterly fall. but you're gonna mount up with wings as eagles. We're gonna change what other people is being deteriorated.
It says, continuing on verse 16, woe unto me, the treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously.
And that's it. Babylon is gonna be betrayed by the nations that it thought was gonna help them. And then the people in America is gonna be betrayed by their own kind. If they dealt treacherously with each other, and they're gonna see society deal treacherously with them where there is no society.
It's only fair. What goes up, what comes down. What goes around, comes down. Whatever you put
out there,
it's gonna come right back to you.
Yeah.
If you didn't have faith in the Lord gonna say, hey.
we read that earlier. Those that want to say their life gonna lose it. A lot of people gonna lose their life in this time because they want to save it. They didn't want to turn to the Lord like, oh no, I got my own life to live. I'll turn to Him when it's my time.
Yeah.
But then time is running out.
That's right. That's right.
So when society's going and you want the Lord, He gonna hide Himself from you.
Yeah.
Especially our people, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, He's gonna hide Himself from you. And He's gonna take everything you chose over Him from you, including your life.
That's right.
That's it. Let's go there.
All right, nice.
Real quick, it's going back to hard times.
This is hard times make what?
Very gentle.
Strong men. That's right.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 18. and it is said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth.
Lord gonna visit this place. He's visiting now.
That's right.
All those that dwell upon the earth is gonna be visited.
Yep. Jump into verse 22. And then it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
Perfect. Storehouses. These businesses closing. These empty cargo ships coming. Crates being empty. Hey, even the almanac of the farmers, things ain't growing like they used to. So the Lord's hitting it from every angle. From the logistics of outside nations to the economy itself, to the farmers themselves, to the land, to the stores that they actually house these things in. The Lord is hitting every angle. Right out.
Yep. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Woo! Because the truckers ain't gonna be moving nothing, and those ships ain't gonna be moving nothing in, and the farmers ain't gonna be having nothing to grow. So everything is gonna come to a head, and that's why men are gonna be invading one another because of the lack of bread.
Yep.
See, and they
Tribulation.
call bread,
Yep.
call money bread. Because of the lack of the money and the lack of the food, they're gonna be invading one another. A lot of dudes gonna meet their ends, like that dude on Bushwick. They're gonna run. I'll go see baby. They came back dead, and the whole movie was just her on her own until she ran to Batista, and then that was it.
And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth.
Oh, the trumpet is for what? It's a warning. It's for war, for gathering together. But this trumpet is for war. It's gonna give a sound when every man hear it shall what? Fear.
They shall be suddenly afraid.
Why? Because an approaching army is not even approaching, they hear. And then whoever's out there is your enemy. And it's too late now. Because you didn't hear the sound of the trumpet of the men of the Lord when we was on the wall seeing it afar off. But now that the danger is near, you're gonna have to just take that. You're gonna have to deal with that.
And at that time shall friends fight one against another.
Oh, because you, hey Johnny, it's me. Hey man, come in. Yeah man, it's good to see you. Shing right, stabbing the fucking back. He gonna kill you for your shit. Or or that little lady that you thought loved you was really dealing with this guy. Damn, so it's gonna be bad on all sides, man.
But you know me.
Oh yeah, leave the world behind. Oh, you
Leave the world behind.
Hey, you gotta say it, huh? Hey,
That was the old
We're not
way.
thinking clearly. Oh, and also they're gonna be suddenly afraid because what did my man Kevin Bacon's character say? He said, no, that was Clay. He said America has made a lot of enemies around the world. Who's to say that they joined up? So you gotta remember, there's gonna be sleeper cells in the land of these hostile nations. They're gonna be giving it to you, American idiots, while other Americans is gonna be giving it to you. But who do you work for? I get it. You're retarded.
You're retarded.
They're trying to kill us. They're trying to kill them. Like that's all it's gonna be.
War on all fronts.
War on all sides.
And at that time, shall friends fight one against another like enemies?
Man, why don't they bring this out in the church?
Right.
They're gonna look at that dude next to you, man. Don't be telling him every little thing. Joe used to invite you over for hot dogs and bullshit and links, and now he gonna be the same one killing you. He gonna be the same one wanting your woman. He gonna be the same one. He gonna be like slaying your children so he can put his own children in the. Oh man, I mean this is reality. Like damn, niggas ain't right.
Oh,
Hey, because we're told to love our neighbor. This society don't know the law.
Nah.
So don't think that they gon'. Oh, but it's my son, Johnny. He ain't gonna give a fuck about that. This is my wife. She belongs to me. He ain't gonna give a shit about that.
Right.
He been eyeing her the whole time.
That's why Yahusha said in Matthew 24, the love of many is going to wax
Wax
cold.
cold.
And that word wax cold goes into the Greek word psycho.
Cycle.
Woo, so that just means say,
Waning love.
damn.
Which means decreasing love. Anybody gonna give a
But if
fuck?
it says cycle,
Cycle.
they gonna go
Yeah,
crazy.
in Greek,
Yeah,
yeah.
psychology,
Damn.
psychology is just like women, just modern day women. A lot of them crave comfort, man. So don't be surprised if they choose up in that day.
They will.
That hypergamy.
Hypergamy.
Yeah,
They will.
yeah.
And also,
Damn.
they want stability.
They'll leave
But
their
not,
whole family if it means they can survive.
but not even stability with weak ass money, because the money ain't gonna mean shit in this time. It's gonna be digital. They gonna be afraid and scared.
You can go back to
It's more spiritual stability.
They want protection.
Because a man off top never was meant to serve no woman. They even tell you that right now in the psychology. They're looking for a man that serves a higher purpose. And what's that? The Heavenly Father and
Yep.
Son.
God.
So that's why it's going to be Isaiah 4:1 out here. That's why the men of the Lord are going to be more precious than fine gold. They ain't going to give a fuck about a nigga with guns and money. He can get slain. He can get killed. But like my man Bruce Wayne said on Batman Begins, he said a man can be killed, a man can be hurt, he can die. He's like, but a symbol that lives forever. See, brothers gonna be a symbol in that time of who we serve. That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's what it's gonna be, because niggas gonna be getting slain and taken by another dude with more guns, and he gonna get slain, get taken by the military. So, but the men of the Lord gonna be untouched.
That's right.
How the fuck are these men surviving?
Yeah, because as they say, it's going to be judgments of biblical proportions going on out here, man. It's going to be like just supernatural type deaths and judgments going on.
Final destination type shit. Yeah, good.
You don't know it's a power doing these type of things.
Right, right.
Because testimony, because our coworker, he said he was driving on the 5 South and he saw this guy swerving, going back and forth, and his wife was like, just take the plate down, just take the plate down. He's like, nah. So he pulled back, and he was coming back on the 5 North. He saw that same truck in the same accident. And that whole truck, that guy was a drunk driver. He killed his grandfather, his baby. That's the Lord. That's the Lord.
That's judgment.
That's judgment from the Lord, bro.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah.
So, hey, I told him, I said, hey, what can you do?
Hey, real quick, get Jeremiah 15. Because you gotta remember, a lot of they about to go for these black ass niggas in the gangs. They already went for the north. They gonna send your ass to slavery, captivity.
Yep.
Then you got certain people that the terrorists is really hitting them, and they probably lost their job. They gonna die of famine.
That's right,
Then you
bro.
got others gonna die of the sword. This war is brewing. They gonna be sending them. They already landed troops in Yemen. They gonna keep sending more troops over there. They gonna die by the sword or the civil war. And then you said those are to the death.
To the death.
There's gonna be whatever way the Lord sees fit to kill you. Final destination.
Damn.
Searches up for captivity to
Captivity. Yeah.
Trump passing laws right now.
Yeah.
Concentration camp.
Yep.
The biggest one being over there in the door, Salvador.
Salvador.
He gonna throw you through that door real quick.
And for those of us that have came to this truth and took your hand from the plow,
Oh man,
or whatever, man,
Oh.
you guys gonna be with many
Oh,
stripes.
man.
He gonna plague you in your mind first,
Yeah.
then physically get you. That's scary.
Terrible.
It's terrible.
Terrible.
That's scary, man.
Yeah, for real,
Charles
bro.
Barkley,
Yeah, Barkley, terrible.
Because there's worse things than death.
Oh man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can die. But there's torment. There's such thing is called torment or torture of the
If
mind.
you're dealing with the Father of spirits, we
Yeah.
say fear him that can destroy body,
Yeah.
soul, and health.
Yeah.
He can put you in a fucked up body, man, have you just suffering, man.
King of terrors. Yeah.
You
gotta
have
remember-
you get touched by the famine. You
Yeah.
might get shot and survived. You might get beat up by a gang of crazy gooks. You might get touched by a whole bunch of shit. You might get your leg ripped off by a dog.
Bear.
But the whole time you still alive.
You still alive.
And then he keep you alive until
For the
missile
missiles.
comes to finish you off. That's what I'm talking about.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Terrible. That's the many stripes.
Terrible. Hey, man. The Lord is the King of terror.
Yeah.
He's not to be played with, and he hates his enemies. Just know that. And if you put your hand to the plow, and this is the Lord's work that we doing, and you went back to some beggarly ass elements of the world, so will kill your ass in this world. And like the angel told Edris, you shall see the end of
Your world. Yeah.
That lies is your shit. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 15:2. And it says it shall come to pass.
Oh, it's gonna come to pass.
It's gonna
and
happen.
it shall come to pass.
That's right, bro. It's gonna come to pass, bro. It's gonna come to pass, bro. That's it. That's the comfort of it, though.
Yeah.
You know? It says, and it shall come to pass if they say unto thee, whether shall we go forth?
But we gotta tell Jay to get the fuck on, man. Get out of here. Leave. They thinking Babylon gonna go on and the writing is on the wall. Like, where the fuck y'all gonna go? They keeping you here. The planes falling out the goddamn sky. If you a migrant or American citizen, they shipping you off to a whole new land you don't even fucking know where you at. You ain't got enough money to get back. You don't even know what country you in. You don't know if you ever gonna come back. And if you don't got the Lord, you really through. So we gonna tell you where you gonna go. If you don't want YakalBA4GreatMillStone never did, then we gonna tell you what he gonna do to you. It ain't gotta be in Babylon. It can be wherever you're at. You know?
Then thou shalt tell them,
We gotta tell you, Jake.
thus saith Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, such as are for the death to death,
Such as are for death to death. And go and watch Final Destination Bloodline and get acquainted with any type of death we do.
Is it out right now?
I don't know if it's out now, but
all the other
watch
ones-
all the other ones.
yeah.
We're gonna watch all the other ones.
Yeah,
Because when you do a 180, what does that mean? You going like
Turn around.
turn around. See, the Lord gonna do a flight 180 on your head. He gonna turn you around and kill you again. Because you think you can run from the Lord, but he gonna turn you around and send you to your death.
Yeah, you can't escape death. All
That's
the
right.
motherfuckers that was on that plane that escaped, quote unquote,
Still got devil.
that still got
They
there.
got him.
And
Yeah.
who's that? Yahushua.
Yahushua,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can't escape Yahushua. All you groups, man. I say y'all get together with your congregation and watch all the Final Destination movies and know that them deaths is from Yahushua. And that might get your ass to fear in the Lord. 'Cause those used to be more scary to me than Freddy Krueger and Jason and all that shit.
Yeah.
That one always got me. Oh, snap. And you always thought about the Lord. You're like, damn, you don't even know where it's coming from.
as such are for the sword to the sword,
That's warfare, whether it be civil war, getting gunned down in the street by a nigga that's ransacking your house, or you get sent off to the Levant region at the Valley of Jehoshaphat. You're going to die some type of way.
as such are for the sword, the famine to the famine,
Oh, and then a lot of you people going to die of lack of resources. A lot of you people on drugs and shit, you ain't about to get that no more. You need medical attention, you ain't going to get that no more. You ain't going to be able to get to the food because you're going to be too damn scared to go out there and fight for a can of peaches or whatever. Okay, you're going to try to remain in your house, but somebody else going to come into your house, bind you, kill you, or keep you alive and have you see him take your woman and your
And I
children.
think a lot of people underestimate how serious it is to pine away.
Yeah.
To not eat, especially here in Babylon where people aren't accustomed to fasting.
Right.
You know, they can't go
Right.
30 minutes without a meal. Try
They
a
gonna
day or
burn
two. You
out.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro's
Hey.
been conditioned to withstand that type of physical torment, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, real quick, let me get this real quick. And we'll go back because it touches on the famine. Now, this is back in Genesis during the time of Pharaoh and Joseph.
Joseph.
See,
Yeah,
because
bring
Pharaoh
that
ended
up.
up having a dream, and then Joseph came and interpreted it and told him what the Most High pretty much was going to do to the land of Egypt at that time.
And through that, the famine was so great that it even touched the land of plenty, which is Israel. That his brothers, Joseph's brothers, our forefathers, had to go up to Egypt to get grain. So this goes to show you when the Lord brings this famine, it's going to hit
everybody.
Yep.
And the ones that he wants to have the food, gonna have it. And others ain't gonna have a damn thing. No matter if you got money or not.
Right. This is Genesis 41:28. This is a thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What the Heavenly Father is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh. So it's being shown to these people.
Yeah.
Through the prophets. We're telling you.
And they seen it in real time with the tariffs, with the money being devalued, with the digital system coming into play, with the ports being stopped, with the ships being empty, with the stores going out of business. It's being shown to these people. Go ahead.
Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty.
Well, and that's when they thought themselves to be in good case. Those years of plenty are behind us.
Right.
They're not forward. They're behind us. They're gone. Go ahead.
It says throughout all the land of Egypt.
That's how you know they're behind us, because every nigga won't go back to 2019. They ain't never coming back. Never gone. It's through.
It says NLT real quick. The next 7 years will be a period of great prosperity throughout the land of Egypt.
Yeah.
It's like I'm go back to KJV, verse 30.
Yep.
And there shall arise after them 7 years of famine.
A complete time of lack of resources is coming.
So we had that time here in Babylon with everybody, even right now.
Yeah.
People still can go and walk up and down the street, go to the restaurants, do whatever the hell they need to do and get, whatever store, whatever.
Hey.
This is that time of plenty, even though it's dying down.
And through the Spirit, we're like Joseph. They were like, we getting the goods, but we putting something to the side, like 40 years of famine. See, through the Spirit, we're doing that. Because brothers, even the way we shopping now, through the years that's passed, it's been really helping us out with the times we living in now. We ain't like these other dumbass people like, well, I don't know how to afford. Nigga, downgrade, dumbass. Like, get less and get shit that lasts more. Like, the niggas like to get the processed bullshit and shit that you can eat real quick. Instead of something that you can make and then it can last for a time. At least to the point where you get paid again, boom, you go out and get it again. And like you mentioned, the meats. In the ancient world, a lot of people didn't eat meat as much as people in Babylon do. That was like an every once in a while thing. Or maybe like a end of the day dinner where you would maybe have some meat there. Maybe some lamb, maybe some goat. But you didn't have it all the time. Like these people eat a damn burger 5 times and shit. Like goddamn, you have more meat than any other nation in the world. They don't really eat meat as much as Americans
Yeah,
do.
the thing about meat is you gotta keep it preserved. You gotta put it in the freezer or the refrigerator. But what happens when all the lights and shit go out? See,
And you
all
ain't
that
got a
shit-
backup
Yeah,
generator.
all that shit's gonna spoil. So that's why it's important to, stay away from the meat. Get nuts and shit. Get dried fruits, canned foods, stuff like that.
You even get the liquids of like water, and then get like the juices. Like the organic ones, they really keep you going. This motherfucker, I be at the job, that damn demon Doug gonna be like, hey, anybody want a Coke? Diet Coke? I'm like,
Nah.
He looked at me, I was like, I got my shit right here. And one dude like, yeah, I'll take it. Oh, yeah, that shit gonna dry your ass out. Pass it in, man. But that's why people drink soda and bullshit all day. They ain't want to be dried the fuck out when it really gets to the point of fight, flight, or freeze. A lot of niggas gonna freeze. A lot of people gonna try to fight, but you ain't gonna have no energy.
And it also too shows the low level of shit. Because during that time, 2019, 2020, people were going crazy over toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
Kobe died.
Yeah, they was buying up all the water and shit and all the food. But like how bro was saying, like Jacob see like the food, the chicken, the steak empty and think that, oh, woe is me, I'm through. But I went down the aisle, man, they still had the non-perishables like jerky and nuts. Like Jacob's
Canned
crazy.
goods.
He don't know how to eat, bro.
Canned goods, all the real organic juices and all that.
like all the mixed nuts and dried fruits on the whole aisle.
Even
full.
even the cereals, not the bullshit like fucking green clovers and pink balloons and shit. Niggas was getting all that shit, but you had the real deal, the good shit right there. You had the grains, you had the
being a
all that.
bro. We could run around in the grocery store, go to that non-perishable aisle, and be right back on the road, bro.
You'd be good.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need no stove or no heat to
You
eat,
don't.
survive.
And even the certain meats, like you said, the dried meats, you don't really have to heat those up. And lamb is so good, you really ain't got to heat it up. It tastes good without you even warming it up. Because it just goes to show you, like the night of the Passover, my brothers going through the lamb. Some of it was kind of like, the room temperature wasn't as high when it first came out, but it was still good. It just goes to show you that these meats that we're eating, that the Lord has permitted us to eat, they can last. Ain't like them fucking weak ass swine or some bullshit that these niggas be eating. This shit don't last.
ahead up.
Yep. So it said the 7 years of plenty, verse 30, and there shall arise after them 7 years of famine. So that word, that number 7 means a complete time. So they had a complete time of plenty to enjoy yourself, but you people about to go through a complete time of famine, a lack of things.
Yeah,
you know?
desperation, destitute. Brothers got that in that Luke. Wrote that Luke. Luke
Finish
21.
it. Yeah. It says, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt.
Read it again, huh?
And all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt.
Read it again.
And all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt.
Do you know what this means? All the plenty that's in this land shall be forgotten in the days of this famine. In the days of uncertainty, it's going to be forgotten. Just like the dudes that, you know me. And that's the old.
That's old.
Like, that's what it's going to be for a lot of people. Like, the food going to be forgotten, and the love that they might have had for you is going to be forgotten too, because they're going to have to get it how they live.
And the famine shall consume the land.
It shall consume. And the famine shall consume the land. Damn, it's going to consume every place. People going to be thinking, well, there's a homestead over there. Consume. But there's some over there. Consume. Oh, but the military is giving up. Consume. Like, wherever you go, it's going to be a bloodbath, death, a trap, slavery, a concentration camp. It ain't going to be for your good. A lot of people going to want to stay where they at, but they're going to be ransacked and taken out of their houses. Like, the Lord's literally going to force you to go out into the streets. Not to necessarily get anything, but to be slain. Damn. And then you got to remember, the animals got to eat too.
Yeah.
They like my man, Yohana, well, I got to eat. You got, and when the animals gotta eat, my man. Shoot, you forgetting about the zoos and shit out here? Right. You forgetting about the wild beasts? Yeah. That's just gonna be just be roaming around.
You want to talk about that 100 man versus one gorilla? You'll get your answer. That animals break out the zoo. Now I ask some dumbass questions. You got a 7-foot gorilla looking down at you, man.
Right. Verse 31, it says, in the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of the famine following.
Damn.
For it shall be very grievous. Let me read that in NLT real quick.
And the brother mentioned fasting. That's not grievous to brothers that's been doing it for a time, and it helps. It has actual benefits to your body. But these niggas gonna be going through it. These stupid Americans, these idiots, these people, they gonna be going through it as if it's grievous, but it's not.
Right.
It's grievous to you if you ate some bullshit the night before, or drunk a damn beer or Coca-Cola. Then you gonna be through. You're gonna be dried the fuck out. And that's gonna be the last meal you ever had. It's just like, you going into the atonement and you drinking some bullshit, you through the next day. So imagine these niggas just going a day and then 2 days and they just all the way do it. And that's the last thing they ever ate. With some weak ass swine and shit, and a Coca-Cola and a coffee and 3 donuts and shit. That's rude. They wouldn't even eat it because the damn parasite in them eating it.
Real quick, it says in the NLT, Genesis 41:31, this famine will be so severe that even the memory of the good years will be erased.
Woo! Erased from existence. Like, damn. I'm a man, Doc from Back to the Future. It looks like he's been erased from existence. Like, all the good, all this shit, walking up and down, going to the panda and shit. Yeah, going to wherever you gotta go. It's gonna be erased from your memory.
The only type of relief people are gonna get is by going and taking that C-hip.
Yep.
But even that's gonna be short-lived. Right after people start taking it, it's like you're gonna meet the missiles, man.
And then again, like, all right, say you take the shit, but you gonna eat the bugs and shit. They ain't about to give you like these niggas gonna go take it acting like they gonna get Panda Express again.
Right.
No, you gonna get them bugs.
Now I'm thinking about it, this is me speaking as a man. That's probably gonna be another way too, where the U.S. military gets these young cats actually signed to go over there.
Yeah, that's what it's going for. That's what
ability is.
That's why I said they go for the sword to the sword. And you gotta remember, before basic training and boots on the ground, you gotta get that. We learned that years ago.
Going back to Jeremiah 15, and I'm gonna just jump to the point. Verse 2, the bottom, it says, as such are for the famine to the famine, and as such are for the captivity to the captivity.
A lot of dudes going to that El Salv, man.
Yeah, kind
That Salvador. But then there's concentration camps all throughout Babylon. And it's going to be housing a lot of you niggas and Hispanics and Native Americans that didn't want to hear the word of the Lord. And a lot of you purple cats going to be in there.
And some of them might even shop at these stores.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all these stores.
You
these
purple
Walmarts
cats
out there.
Target and all that.
And all you other groups that ain't talking about this, y'all going to be thrown up in there, man. Y'all going to be right up in there. Because you didn't fear the Lord. You didn't fear what he could do to this society. You think this society is so great it can't be taken down? There are far greater empires than this, and they went down.
Yeah, a lot of these, like when you go on Google Maps, a lot of these Walmart supercenters, Costco, Sam's Club, when you look at your navigation on Google Maps, where it should say Costco or Walmart, it'll say FEMA.
Yeah.
So that's like, you know, they already know that what they're going to change these stores into, man. That's why they're all, the architecture's the same and all of it.
And that's why the Lord is taking away these stores, making sacrifice zones for Jake, literally leading them to the devil. Us, on the other hand, it said we're going to be as pilgrims upon the earth in those evils. And like the brother mentioned with Elijah, he was in a very turbulent time of famine, but he was sustained. The Lord was guiding him, leading him around. Brothers is going to be guided. We're going to be led. And like that Green Beret dude, he said, when you see shit about to hit the fan, and everybody glued to their TV, you got 12 hours to get any direction you're going to go. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck where you at. Like, damn, okay.
Most of these dumbasses gonna hit the freeway and get stuck.
Yeah. But they ain't even going to know where to go.
Not only that, he said a lot of people are nosy. They're going to be heading for the highways, block out, wait for them there. I think they take whatever they have. Your items just became yours. Just
Yeah,
like that.
you just got to get as far as you can to whatever destination and get what you need to get there. Don't get the shit beforehand and get your ass robbed on the road. Get it when you get to the destination. You got that 12-hour window. Get there, get what you need, and keep it pushing. Go ahead, up. Verse 3. Second address, can you get Luke on the famine? Going to the actual word.
Going straight to the point, verse 11.
About the shot.
All right, this is Luke 21:11, and actually I started 10. The headline says, things to come. It says, then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
We in that time. Kingdom against kingdom, nation is rising against nation. We see that with the terrorists. Literally, China was like, if all you motherfuckers in there starve, good, so be it. They out. The cheap suits for niggas to get thrown into a damn coffin, man. Cheap suits, cheap suits. Bro, the cheap suits. Go ahead, huh?
Luke 21:11, and it reads, and great earthquake shall be in diverse places.
Hey, like pretty much, remember he was fighting the old girl? Damn, girl, you so good. He's like, I like you. I like taking you to the movies. And she's like, fighting his ass. That's what China's doing to Babylon right now. Y'all want to take them out to the movies. They fighting your ass. They trying to kill you. Remember, the only thing they say was the money and shit. Yeah. It's like, they trying to kill him. Well,
Luke 21:11 again, it reads, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs.
Fearful sights, what we seen in Israel, the fires to that damn sandstorm, it looked like a straight chariot coming over the land. That was to biblical proportions, right? And you got earthquakes all over the place, fires, fearful sights. Got blood moons, wolf moons, super, you got eclipses, lunar eclipses, things happening in the oceans, fearful sights.
And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven.
Great signs shall there be from heaven.
And I'm going to get the word famine in the blue letter.
Get that and then get complexity right after.
All right, the word is Lamas. And it says scarcity of harvest, famine.
Scarcity of harvest, famine. Brother Red, full storehouse is going to be found suddenly empty. Damn, that's it. Go ahead, huh? The brother going to get the next point. Jump down to 25, huh? Signs in the heavens. And then there's going to be complexity upon nations.
Now this is Luke 21, jumping down to verse 25, and it reads, And there shall be signs in the sun.
You just left off in that last scripture of the sign. They didn't mention it right there from the jump. So you looking at the signs, and farmers look at the signs. It's called the Farmer's Almanac. If they don't see that as a good harvest year, they can't really make no crop. So if they seen it, and then going down to Wall Street, they seen it right then. And then going down to the ports and the trade, and they seen it. They seen it from all angles that this place is done. Right?
And in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations. With perplexity.
The moon actually dictates what's happening on the earth, just like the moon pushes and pulls the tides. The majority of our bodies is made up of water. So what happens in the heavens dictates the people on the earth what's happening to them, what they going through. That's why people losing their goddamn mind called lunatic, right? They losing their psycho. They going crazy. And then the water's already polluted, and they spraying this shit over us, and the sun they trying to block out.
A big science experiment.
Oh, they got yeah, we going through it. But the Lord said we was gonna eat and drink the poison and live, so we good, and we gonna eat our bread defiled among the Gentiles. We still gonna live. See, the rest of you people, y'all catching it. Y'all getting sick. Oh, then they took the juice. That's swarming up in you. We don't know what you're gonna turn into. 28 days later, and she gonna wake up, and nigga trying to kill you in the house. I am dead. Oh shit! The damn symbiote in the body ate the nigga, and he's just there looking at you like, I'm having a chitty. I ate her ass. Like, she gone. Go ahead.
With perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring.
With perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. The sea represents the people, nations, and tongues, and the actual seas are waving and roaring because the moon is putting the earth out of whack and having these seas hit coastal cities. We have tsunamis, earthquakes, like things that are happening in certain parts of the world that never had these natural disasters ever happen. It's happening now. Go ahead.
Goofy ass
The dude got, he got NATO and shit on his back or something. They're like the NATO flag and shit. It is. Go ahead. Yeah.
Wow.
Verse 26, men's heart failing them for fear and looking after those which are coming on the earth.
See, men's hearts are failing them. Fear and looking after those things that are coming on the earth. You can't escape it. People trying to off themselves, your ass still here. You can't escape. If the Lord don't want you to leave, you ain't leaving. Go ahead.
For the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Oh, these world powers are shaking. They're being shaken because they know what's coming, man, from space. All right, they know everything. They see the perennial problems of doom on the corners. They see their society crumbling, even though it's a demolition. How they call it is where they want it to go down. Controlled demolition. Yeah. So it's a controlled demolition, but yet you're not the one breaking this place down. Yahweh is. YakalBA4GreatMillStone is. You're trying to build up, and the Lord is fucking casting it down.
Luke 21 and 27, and it reads, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds.
Then they gonna see the Lord. After all this turmoil, then you're gonna see the Lord come. This is gonna be the last thing you think. Then the Lord is gonna arrive with that laser.
Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
Spaceship, fathership, the largest one that ever sailed. It's gonna come. You're gonna see that day. If you live that long, you're gonna see the return of the Lord. And there's gonna be a planetary takeover and an armada of angels. Literally.
It's going to be an actual invasion.
Woo! Hey,
Whether you people believe it or not.
how you can get the word perplexity? And you can finish that in second edge.
This is the word perplexity in verse.
Now it even mentioned that the men of the Lord will be perplexed, but not cast down. Because we going through the same stuff these people are going through, but we have hope. Apario, now go to apario, that's the feminine. Apario goes into everything you know. Go to the root of
The root word.
Water.
Yeah.
It says to be without resources.
Oh, there it is. It's the beginning of the end now. To be without resources. That's all a famine is. Because the resources was in Egypt during Joseph's time. But everybody in the surrounding lands that had nothing had to travel up to Egypt for grain. They had to come with that top dollar, huh? They had to come with whatever they had to give so they can feed their households back home. So now they're doing the same thing in our modern time. Joseph was a righteous man. These elites are wicked. So they're using the same thing Joseph did, putting all of the funds and all the goods in one place and having all the surrounding people come up to get that grain. But what is it going to be the money to get digitally? It's going to be digital. So it's going to be the same thing. And it said when money failed in Egypt, the people gave up their lands and their horses. And then when they had nothing else to give, they gave their own bodies.
Yep.
So they already know where it's going to come to, man. Literally says it in there. Like, we ain't got nothing but our bodies. So literally, they became slaves for Pharaoh. Because before Joseph came on the scene, Pharaoh only owned the land next to the palace. All the priests had their own lands, and all the Egyptian people had their own individual lands. And then you had Joseph. He took the land of Gershon for our forefathers and himself. But you said all the Egyptians had their own land, but it got to a point where the famine was so heavy, they gave all the lands to Pharaoh. What does that sound like? A central bank. All the different places outside became one. And Pharaoh became ruler over all, save for the priests and their lands. And that goes to show you, before Joseph, Egypt wasn't a totalitarian society, but after Joseph, it was. So it goes to show you, Pharaoh had all power after Joseph came in. Before the Pharaoh didn't have all power over all the people. He was just the figurehead. And after that, he became the number one.
To be in straits.
That's what they gonna do to Babylon. Everybody think Trump is they dude and they president, and everybody can have how's the saying go? A pursuit of happiness and all that bullshit. Like, nah, it's all gonna be given to one source, the elites. You people ain't never had no freedom. You ain't never had your own thing going on. It's always been owned by a central entity.
Hey, didn't he say that? You will own nothing but be happy.
Pretty much told these idiots that.
It says to be left wanting.
Oh, to be left lacking. When you go to wanting, or want, it means to lack. So you people are going to be lacking, man. Whether it be medical supplies, NyQuil for your baby. You know, I remember there's this damn woman was giving her baby melatonin and shit, like every night to go out clubbing, being a demon. And then now the baby, it has insomnia and shit, can't go to sleep and shit. So
Needs that fixed.
and imagine when you can't get your medicine. Imagine when you withdrawing and shit. Niggas was withdrawing in their house. It's gonna be gonna go psycho.
Yep.
Here's Johnny, nigga gonna be at the door and shit bugging out. It's gonna be dude from Fear, my man Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
He's like Mr. So and So. He's like, you know I love you. So let me in the fucking house. You know, all that shit. He's like, hey, I'm not your friend. Okay, you get me? He's like, hey, watch that movie Fear. He's cold-blooded.
He's
right?
cold-blooded.
Snapping necks on that fucking movie.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's a good watch.
Hey, that's a good watch, man. Go ahead,
To be embarrassed. To be in doubt.
Niggas gonna be embarrassed because they had this good federal job. Now your ass is embarrassed. A bitch was on OnlyFans, only got $5. Now you through. Now you in the dark waiting for Johnny and shit to come in there.
That's social media. It's gonna hurt a lot of them that rely on that to get their money.
Monetary
Not just the OnlyFans, but also the influencers and all that.
Even just people to go on there to like cope with themselves. Like they hate themselves, so they go to social media to feel a type of way, or they post some bullshit. They gonna know that everything's through. And that's when it goes into second interest saying that they are gonna want to hear another person's voice. And that's gonna be able to. That goes into power outages. Go ahead.
It says to be in doubt.
Oh, they gonna be in doubt. They in doubt with this dude Trump. They in buyer's remorse now. But you didn't vote him in there. He was selected to be in there to bring this place down. That's right. Like my man Obi-Wan said, he said something's out of place. Use your feelings. He said our allegiance is to the Senate, not to his leader, who has managed to stay in office long after his term has expired. Like the Senate demanded that he stay long. Use your feelings. Something is out of place. Why is this dude there? He got in there telling you people he's gonna make America great again, but he's not.
Why is he talking about a third term?
Oh man,
he's barely been in for 100 days. He already talking about the next 4 years after this term. Like, goddamn.
Does he know if he's gonna bring this place down? Go ahead,
It says not to know which way to turn, to be at a loss with oneself.
See, people at a loss with they say, they don't even know who they are. You can't even explain what a woman is in this fucking society.
Well, you
Right.
can,
People are lost.
but it won't be PC.
I mean, well, we know what a woman and a man is, but these people in fucking Babylon, you ask them one question, you get 15,000 answers and shit. Because they're confused, they're bugged out. They don't know which way to turn, they're through. They're lost. Yeah.
Be in doubt,
Oh, they in doubt.
not to know how to decide or what to do.
They don't know what to do. They don't know how to decide. Look, they gonna be in what's her name? Ellie's spirit from Jurassic Park. He left us. He left us. But that's not what I'm gonna do. Tim A, he was in the street. And when he's stuck, he's like, my leg stuck. He's stuck. And niggas gonna be in that mud stuck, man. They gonna be. It said fight, flight, fright, or freeze. A lot of people gonna be frozen in that time. They ain't gonna be able to move. Go ahead out.
To be perplexed.
Oh, to be perplexed. And it goes into Proverbs where it says the fear of man becomes a snare. unto
snare,
him.
yeah.
But the fear of the Lord, there is safety.
That's right.
See, there's gonna be two types of fear out here. Fear of the Lord, you're gonna be moving around, you're gonna be cool, you're gonna be safe. And the fear of just everything. Your own fear is gonna be a snare unto their own mind. They're gonna play tricks on. And then it's gonna be a plague of the mind on a lot of people that they ain't understanding. That was it. Let's go to the second entrance.
Now, this is back in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, beginning at verse 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
Now this is a prophet of the Lord Esdras, seeing the future and seeing the devastation. And bro, it's like when you was a child and you first seen the Terminator, you was like, oh shit, you was holding on to the scene, because you just seeing just devastation, motherfuckers. Stepping on skulls and shit, motherfuckers is fighting, they getting backed up, and you just see them you just see it. The Skynet is fucking everything up. That's what Ezra's seen in this time, along with the Skynet, then nuclear war, then destruction and devastation, chariots, mental spiritual power, death, famine. He's seen it all. Like it was like a trailer of a movie. He's seen it all. But he's as if he was really there. Remember that movie, Smart House, when everything was around him, it looked like it was really there. It was like that for Ezra. He see it all, and he was shook, and he was like, "Woe is me! Like destruction to me! If I'm in that time, who is going to deliver me?" Because niggas think guns and shit is going to do it. They military, they woman, they money. And Ezra said he knows the Lord. He's like, man, who going? If it ain't the Lord, who?
Then who? Yeah, kind.
Damn. Good up.
God says, the beginning of sorrows
Whoa.
and great mourning.
It's the beginning of sorrow. And great mourning is going to be a lot of death. And a lot of people going to have to die to themselves. They're going to have to die to their ego. A lot of people got that ego like they can't be touched. Oh, this family going to really show you who you is. Just like 2020 showed people that they really didn't know each other. They didn't really like each other. You laying with this woman in your bed, don't even know the bitch. You got these 5 children, don't even know who the fuck they are. And that's why there was domestic violence, children was bugging out, or people that was in their house by themselves, like, I'm living my best life, your ass is going crazy.
Yeah.
So but this is going to show you that your money really didn't mean shit, and your money didn't really change you. You still that same piece of shit you was before the money, and now you that same piece of shit without the money. And that's what's going to show these people, this famine is going to show you.
The beginning of famine and great death.
Great death. Damn. Now, if you think World War I wiped out a lot of people, think again. If you think World War II did that, think again. We about to enter World War III. And it's going to be a lot of death. And it ain't just going to be military soldiers, it's going to be civilians. More civilians died than the actual fighting men. Do what? Famine, goddamn trench foot, warfare, all types of things. Malnutrition. Go ahead, out.
The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear.
And that's the perfect. It said wars, and not Star Wars. Though. I mean, it's gonna be Star Wars, right? But it's gonna be wars. It's talking about not just a world war, but civil war, class
wars.
Yeah. War of the sexes, war for your faith, war on all sides, war for your mental state. One of us gonna be battling themselves with shit. They might as well be in the powder room with white with a damn straitjacket on. They gonna be really going through it. People gonna be at a loss with themselves, as the brother read.
The beginning of evils.
The getting a bad time. What up?
It says, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
So what you gonna do when they come? Now the Lord told us what we're gonna do, move as pilgrims, move around. But what you people gonna do? That's the question. What are you gonna do? What's in your walk? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when these things happen? A lot of you macho men guys that are impulsive, you gonna die. You're gonna be the first one to get slain, like my man Wolverine told Magneto. And when he stabbed his ass, he's like, Logan. He's like, I've been in a lot of wars, bub. And the brave always die first. Yeah. So all you impulsive assholes that go to the gym and just be screaming and shit, y'all gonna be dead. First fucking battalion to go down gonna be these dudes. Then your woman gonna be left alone, and she gonna get scooped up by another dude, hypergamy. That's just how it's gonna go. And then you women folk that think y'all so tough, you gonna die, or you gonna be a man's plaything. That's what's gonna happen. And you children out there that's assholes and out in the streets, you're gonna be slain or put into a military brigade, or you're gonna be shipped off to a war. Something's gonna happen to you. Everybody that's disobedient and ain't playing their role, something bad gonna happen to you. Either you're gonna die, you're gonna go into slavery, or you're gonna go into the military.
Behold, famine and plague.
Oh, behold, famine and plague.
Tribulation and anguish.
Tribulation and anguish. Tribulation going into a squeezing. A squeezing of society is coming. It's already happening now. That's tribulation is going to lead people to war with one another. Where it
says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish.
It said famine and plague is going to be a plague out here. It ain't going to just be a plague of disease, but it's going to be a plague of fear. Fear is just going to be like a disease spreading. One motherfucker afraid, the next one will be afraid, then the next, and the next. But guess what also spreads? Confidence. That's when the women go be running to the men of the Lord, because they're going to see the confidence of these men. And then they're going to see the fear on others. And what you see on their face, like Jaguar Paul's pops is asking, what you see on those people's faces? I don't know. Fear. And it's like a disease, it spreads.
It says, are sent as scourges for amendment.
And these things are sent as scourges for our people to get right.
Correction.
Well, you really think you're going to survive the terrors you threw? You better get to know YakalBA4GreatMillStone, your power.
That's right.
Or you're going to be an enemy to him. He's going to be like a lion against you.
It says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness.
Oh, but for all these things, Babylon, our people, they ain't going to turn from the wickedness. Well, Babylon's already on the road to hell, but it's for you jakes here in America. What the fuck you think you're going to get out of this administration? What the fuck you think you're going to get out of your enemies? These people don't like you. They showing that to the north. Like, get them the fuck out of there, migrants. But they coming for the south, too. So what you think you going to get, man? Still believe in this goddamn clown, Esau Edom. He don't like you. He ain't never have. And these other heathen, they don't like you either. They don't give a shit if you starve.
It says, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
See, they ain't always mindful because they can escape with the weak-ass weed and the damn Swisher Sweets and the fucking bullshit-ass liquor that they got, or going to the club, or whatever. They have ways to escape. That's why the scourges ain't hitting them like it should. But it is hitting them. They just trying to find a way to escape.
It says, behold, victual shall be so cheap upon the earth.
And these motherfuckers is at the club juke and shit. They trying to escape and shit. But then the demons gonna come for you like, you know? Just let it shit. And we trying to have fellowship and love. Huh?
That they shall think themselves to be in good case.
They think they saw to be in good case and shit, like, but they wasn't in a good case, man.
Yeah, they show you that in that movie, The First Purge.
Yeah.
Remember when when the Purge started?
Yeah, Jake
was
started
outside
partying.
partying. Yeah, who came through? Skeletor.
Skeletor, yeah.
The first one he got was that dumb bimbo.
He's like, yeah, watch me. Like, yeah, he got his kill.
Gutted her.
Hey, a lot of Skeletors gonna be out here. A lot of people that's supposed to be on meds and shit, they gonna be escaped out here into society.
And a lot of Diegos.
Yeah. My night.
And then you gonna have a lot of convicts.
Spirits of vengeance.
Yeah, they gonna want their pound of flesh. You gonna have a lot of Fleece Johnsons out here. This is more important than food. More important than water. Like, they gonna be out here, man.
Yeah.
And niggas think that the women just gonna be getting raped. The purple guys, they only think women gonna be getting raped. And too. Look what society we in. Oh, look at Alizé showed you that.
Oh,
you know?
shit.
Damn. it's out here, bro. It's reality, man. Damn.
Good. It says, and even then shall evils grow upon earth.
Even then, evils are growing upon earth. With these terrorists, what's brewing? War, pestilences, uncertainty, fear. And fear is, man, the opposite of love is not hate, it's fear.
Fear.
It's fear. Fear is fucking dictating everything you fucking doing, everything you thinking. And when you have the love of Yahweh Shem Shai, that turns your mind all the way around. Like, the Lord got me. I love the Lord. He ain't gonna just have me out here. David said that I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor the seed begging bread.
That's right.
The sword, famine, and great confusion.
Sword, famine, and great confusion. People are in a confused state. They don't know what to believe anymore because your leaders have lied to you. But the prophets are here to tell you the truth. That's right, but have we become your enemies because we tell you the truth?
That's
Apparently
right.
so. But hey, take it or leave it. Because in a time of universal deceit, truth is a revolutionary act.
That's right.
Hey, gonna bring that song.
This is Psalms 30.
Can you jump down to
This is Psalms 37, 25, and then we jump down to 37.
Go ahead, I.
And it reads, it says, let me start at verse 27. It says, depart from evil and do good.
So we have to depart from evil and do good. This is doing good. You women getting in your right mind and serving your man, that's doing good on your end. You children, be obedient to your parents, that's doing good on your end. But the men of the Lord, this is where we're supposed to be. Not nowhere else. This is doing good. We're departing from the evil by doing this. This is what's keeping us from the evil.
That's right.
Go ahead, I.
And dwell forevermore.
And we're going to dwell forevermore if you believe that. Eternal life. Go ahead, I.
Verse 25, it says, I have been young and now been old.
And this is David going over the course of his whole life. Like, man, I was young, and now I'm old. I'm waxing old. But I know, this is one thing I do know. Go ahead, I.
Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken,
What?
nor his seed begging bread.
But that's what most people are uncertain about
That's
and
right.
doubting. So how I'm gonna feed my baby and shit. Right. If you're righteous and doing the righteous acts, the Lord ain't never gonna leave you or your children. And then, if you in these other groups and you're not being an actual priest and you forgetting the law of the Lord, what did he say he was gonna forget? You
And your children.
Wow.
Yep.
Go ahead, I.
Verse 37, it says, mark the perfect man.
Oh, you got to mark the perfect man. Put an eye on him. Look at him. Be at the doors of his house. Or wear out the steps of the elders, the apostles. Be there. Listen.
Well, see, that word right there means that they got the mark of the beast.
Dummy. That's a different
Yeah,
mark.
that's a joke.
Oh, that's a different. Yeah, for you dummies, that's a different mark, dumbass. That's in the Hebrew, not in the Greek. Greek is karagma, dummy. That's in the Hebrew. It ain't the same.
It says, behold the upright.
Behold the upright. Yeshua.
For the end of that man is peace.
So the end of those men of peace is salvation.
That's right.
It's a kingdom. A glorious kingdom. Go ahead, that was it.
Had a quick one out.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 14, beginning at verse 26. It reads, in the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, is strong confidence.
It's a strong confidence. Woo! They had to put that strong
Put
in
that
there.
strong in there.
Go read that again.
Come. Proverbs 14, verse 26.
Hey, left side, strong side. Left side, strong side. We on the strong side. Go ahead.
In the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, is strong confidence. And his children shall have a place of refuge.
See, we always have a place of refuge to run to. Sanctuary is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's a strong tower is the name of the Lord.
That's right.
If you don't got that name, you through, man. That's all I gotta tell you. You done.
Yep.
You through.
Yep.
And Satan gonna grab you like on Salmon gonna grab you and grab your ass up out. Satan gonna have a hold of you, nigga. He gonna come for your ass. Then you have Agag walking through the halls and And with that sword,
With that
you
sword.
know, Saul and shit. Niggas gonna be bugging out like King Saul in this time. I'm telling you, that's gonna be the plague for y'all. Go ahead, huh?
The fear of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death.
Woo! Read that part again, huh?
Khan. The fear of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is a fountain of life
Fountain, woo, life.
to depart from the snares of death.
To depart from the snares of death. That's beautiful. So in the midst of a famine, that's going to be our pool of water. It's constantly gushing out. It's going to be fear of Yahweh Shema Shai, his love, strong confidence.
That's right.
This is 2nd Ezra 2, 26 and 27.
And we're going to end it on that, huh? Let's read this first.
This is back in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 35.
Yep.
Hear now these things.
Whoa, hear now these things. Hear them.
Yeah, that's right.
Hear. Take heed. And that as spiritual in the movie Sinners, he had read with 1 Corinthians. Going into all these things happen unto men, but the Lord gonna have a way for you to escape. These things have to happen. We're gonna be in the midst of these things, but we know the Lord gonna give us a way to escape. That's the beautiful part about it. And we all sinners, huh? But the Lord gonna give us a way to escape, so we're gonna be clothed in white at the end.
Just that in of itself is spiritual, because his father was basically telling him there's a new song that you can listen to. And he wanted to listen to that song that led him to the devil. He was in the church, listening to that new song. He was like, nah, man, you want the ways of the world like his wicked cousins.
And Elijah was telling his ass, he said, leave all this inappropriate shit to us. He's like, you go, you want to make music, make church music. He told him.
Yeah.
And then you go to Elijah, Allah, my power. So pretty much the Lord was talking to him through his cousin. He's like, if you don't, I'll kill you myself. Pretty much like the Lord's telling him, I'm gonna kill you if you don't stop. Like pretty much told him, like, kill your ass if you don't. He's like, you gave me an order. I'm a soldier, boy. You gave me a command.
And I said, you got to kill me.
Yeah. Good, huh?
This is back in 2nd Ezra chapter 16.
Pretty much. Another thing was, he was telling them, hey, this is going to be your last night. Enjoy the night. This is going to be your last time. Pretty much, the night is far spent. Day is at hand. Hold on.
Yeah.
Like, go ahead, huh?
It says, this is verse 35 again. Hear now these things and understand them.
Understand them. Hear them. Understand it. And with all that getting, get understanding.
That's right.
Go ahead, huh?
Ye servants of the Lord, behold the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake.
All these other idols, gods, these heathen, their interpretation, no. Listen to the Lord. Believe him and not these other wayward doctrines.
Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
They draw nigh and they're not slack. Look at the land of Israel on fire and sandstorms. That's plague. That happened fast too, one after the other.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son.
We're in the birth pains now, and they're only increasing.
Within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
Now, not only the woman is in pain, but you people in this time, you're in pain, just like that woman in travail. The baby coming is Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment.
They ain't slacking, age is only increasing.
Even so, shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth.
They ain't slack, they coming.
And the world shall mourn.
The world is gonna cry and mourn, bitch. You fall over.
And sorrows shall come upon it on every side.
Sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
O my people, hear my word.
Hear the word now, before communication is cut. Before the days of fishing is over and the days of hunting are upon us.
Make you ready to the battle.
And it's going to be a battle. The trumpet is being blown. Put your armor on, for the devil is lurking like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour.
And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
And that's what the elect is going to do. We're going to move around.
Yeah, that was
We'll end it with that. We out.
This is 2nd Ezra 2 and verse 26 and 27. And it says, as for the servants whom I have given thee,
The elect.
there shall not one of them perish.
Not one of them is going to die. Brothers got to believe that. If you doing the work, your household is saved. Believe that. All right? Believe it. Even if they go to the spirit realm, you know where they at. You gotta remember the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. Remember that.
Yeah, there's a balance.
Yeah, always balance. Word out.
It says, for I will require them from
Thy number.
from among thy number.
And we know the number of the governing body, 144,000. But then the elect, the rest of the elect is innumerable.
Yeah, large
women,
multitude.
children, helps and prophets, the old, the young, those that believe. They're all in there. Word out.
Verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful.
Be not weary, man. Keep your hand to the plow and don't look back. Your work is going to be rewarded. Word out.
But thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
But you're going to be married and have abundance. You elect members out there. You're going to have everything you need.
That's right.
He ain't going to be without.
And then some.
And then
Abundance goes
and then
into
some of them
having
people
more
just
than
going to be
enough.
pouring in and give you more. Remember when David was on the run and he was in his exploits? There's always people there to give him what he needed. We got to think the same thing. If we are the house of David, then we're going to be the same. We're going to be blessed.
That's right.
Brothers got any closing
That's right.
words?
Lord said it all, bro.
That's it. Brothers, when you're edified, so we're going to face the east. Give all praises, glory, and honor unto
YakalBA4GreatMillStone, YakalBA4GreatMillStone.
double honors once again unto our apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well and continue to do so. Salutations, peace, and blessings unto the hopeful elected house of David. This was an edifying lesson. We're going to close out by giving all praises, glory, and honor once again unto YakalBA4GreatMillStone. Lord's willing, this was edifying. Get it, take it, believe it, deal with it. We're going to close out. Kwame Ashala.
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 Where were you
When the Israelites took over the planet.
Shalom.